Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know we're late by only an hour and 36 minutes. This is the most late I've ever been in my life, period. But we're here with Caroline. Say hi.
Hello.
And and normal we were gonna talk about the TV side of
And
globes,
we
and we
still are.
will. And we will. But Variety was more than happy to drop a very interesting article that we have to talk about first.
Well, it's not so much that they're dropping an article. They dropped their predictions as of now for the
Well, I
Globe.
was gonna tease it and then say it.
Oh.
Oh well.
No,
But
we're
yeah,
going
Variety released their nominations, and there's certainly something to talk about.
I gotta pull it back up
Yeah,
because
I'm gonna open it.
those were
Those were
choices.
I
They're
I
choices.
I get some of them. I understand a few of them. Some of them I'm like really, but a few of them I'm like okay. I at least understand the thinking behind it. Like obviously we'll get to their director predictions, but that's probably the closest I have to their nominees. I actually think I have all. Yeah, I have all five of them.
I have to pull it up. It's being slow. There we go. All
All right.
right. All pulled up. Do we want to just go down the list?
Yeah, we'll start with the top and then work our way down. Um, obviously, obviously the Globes are back in full swing, and there goes people trying to predict the crazy bullshit that the Globes will definitely pull at some point. New members or not, they're gonna pull something crazy out of their hats.
I don't think it's going to be crazy, but it's going to be not what we. I wouldn't say it's going to be unexpected, but I don't think it's going to be outlandish.
I definitely think there's gonna be a few head scratches though. I don't.
There's always one or two. Supporting actor usually has the one where we're all like,
Yeah.
huh?
Unlike last year they were pretty safe. I don't think
Yeah.
they'll be that safe this year.
Well, last year also was kind of a more quote unquote predictable slate of films, even though like films we didn't expect to do as well
Yeah.
still managed to get in. It was a much more compared to the couple years before, much more traditional Oscar fare.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And before we start, I want to say it's nice to not be in a Shazam costume doing a video. I've done 4 videos in that damn costume, so it's nice to be out of it. Let's start with their picture drama, which is probably the most, I say, tame all their predictions. Like, they're the
Mhm.
most normal, I would say. This is the top five I see a lot of people have. Fablemans, Women Talking, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Elvis. Like like
My
that's the
only
five I'm seeing everyone have.
The only two, granted, that's not what I'm predicting, but the only two where I really raise my eyebrow are Tar and Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick, I expect to get in literally everywhere else except for the Globes, and it's because the Globes are not going to nominate it out of spite for Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
If it gets in, good for them.
Yeah,
I
they
and
really
Tar
have to have a mountain
and Tar
climb.
is the kind of film where I feel like it's probably going to get in for actress and screenplay, but it's
Which
not going to get in picture because as a whole the movie is, while it is very well done, there are parts of it that I think kind of take the movie as a whole down a peg, but the screenplay I think would be is very good and
yeah,
her performance is good.
I would agree with that. Also, after seeing Tar, I can say that it's not a movie that's up their alley, if that makes sense.
I think her performance
Her
definitely
performances, but I'm
up
not
their
saying the movie
alley, but
itself.
yeah, not the movie as a whole. It's darker than the typical fare they like.
Yeah, they like more lighthearted, more
They're
audience
not super
favorite.
into the psychological like stuff that messes with your head.
Yeah, like they're gonna do what they're told with Fablemans and Women Talking. Those are the two they kind of have to do.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have women talking in my predictions.
You might want to fix that. I think that movie is cool.
I think it could miss. I think it that one seems like a kind of film where it gets in acting and like screenplay and director, but manages to miss picture.
Mm. I
It feels
guess it
like
could
that.
with
It
them.
feels like that kind of movie to me because I have Elvis Fableman's. Again, my kind of hope is spoiler alert. It could get in there, may not. Wakanda Forever and Till.
I have Fableman's Women Talking Elvis, Tar, Till. I almost said Tar when I was thinking Till, and Wakanda Forever. That's what I have too. But I'm considering maybe throwing Avatar in the mix, but I haven't decided if I want to pull the
I
trigger.
mean, obviously, if I'm taking something out, it is going to be spoiler alert. But I'm kind of keeping that one in there just because that is I'm manifesting it.
Yeah. I'm noticing like they're also in contention, and they don't even mention the Avatar sequel, which I find very interesting.
I think because if you look at it, mostly they've included picture movies that have already come out or are coming out
Yeah,
relatively soon, or have already movies that have already screened for certain audiences.
yeah.
And Avatar has not screened for any audiences.
Not yet. I believe that's coming like next week. I remember reading somewhere that it said next week's or the week after. I know it's very soon that they're going to start screening.
Okay. Best
Um,
Picture Comedy Musical.
you want to read these?
Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Triangle of Sadness, Glass Onion, and Babylon. Now, this is a category where I just changed my predictions, and I agree with them on the Babylon, Banshees, Glass Onion, Everything Everywhere All at Once, but my last spot goes to RRR
Same. I changed mine to R&R.
because that is a movie that has been getting so much buzz lately.
It's picking up steam, which is very
Well, and I
surprising.
know that a couple months ago, a prominent podcast, which is hosted by comedian Paul Scheer and a film critic who I believe right now she's writing for the New York Times, Amy Nicholson. They did a screening and interviewed the director, and they did it at Man's Chinese Theater. And the crowd apparently was like beyond electric. And the movie, and every single person I've heard or read that has seen the movie cannot stop raving about it. It's very similar to like an Everything Everywhere All at Once kind of buzz.
Wow.
And I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
And this could be, I think it's a bigger contender than we realize it's going to be.
I would agree with that. That's on my radar. Like,
I
don't.
not predicting it in other categories yet, except
I might put it in song.
I'm tempted to put it in song and director, but I don't because I'm not sure where else it would fall necessarily because I haven't seen it yet. But I'm looking out for it.
Triangle of Sadness. People like. I don't understand that. Like the movie's great. Don't get me wrong, but I don't understand people's confidence in it at the Globes.
I've heard people talking about it and most people saying they were disappointed by it. Like it wasn't
that's what
they were expecting. Like the hype was so high and then they ended up getting let down by it.
Which sounds like a lot of movies that are happening.
Reminds me a lot of the chat around Spencer last year.
Yep.
Best actor drama.
Let's start this thing. Actor drama. This is an interesting one, but Brendan Fraser, Austin Butler, Hugh Jackman, Bill Nighy, Will Smith.
I don't know about Bill Nighy. Hugh Jackman, I also don't think is getting in.
I think Nighy is more likely than Hugh Jackman. I really do.
If Hugh Jackman gets in, it's on name alone.
Which, again, they don't have to.
But I haven't changed mine. It's still Austin Butler, Brendan Fraser, Jim Parsons, either Gabrielle LaBelle or Timothy Chalamet and Adam Sandler.
I still have Timothy Chalamet.
Because I think it's possible.
I'm stubborn. I'm still sticking with.
And the Globes like them some Chalamet.
And they love star power.
Exactly. Which is why I am kind of leaning more Chalamet over LaBelle, but it depends on how much they like Fabelmans.
Yeah. All right, actor comedy. This sounds an interesting one.
Actor comedy. We have Colin Farrell. We have Daniel Craig, Adam Sandler, George Clooney, Daniel Radcliffe. And I agree with all these except for putting Sandler in comedy.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Not every Adam Sandler movie is a comedy.
Yeah, and this one's
I
definitely.
double checked the FYC page for Hustle, and Netflix puts in there several times that it is a drama. It is an American drama film. It is not a comedy.
I know,
If
I
it's
know.
anything comedy, it is a fraud. It's not like something like The Martian where it was labeled a comedy drama or a
Yeah,
drama comedy. It is literally just labeled an American drama.
exactly.
Check Wikipedia. It's a drama. Netflix labels it a drama. It is. There's nothing about it that's comedy.
Yeah, I agree. I like some of their also in contentions. Nicholas Holt for the menu is a strong possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hanks for A Man Called Otto.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed they don't have Diego Cava for Babylon.
Diego Calva is the first one they have listed.
No, also in contention, but not in the
Yes.
actual.
Oh, because they're predicting the bigger names.
Which is probably what's going to happen.
And I think part of it is too, Babylon comes out so late
Yeah,
that it's the films that do tend to come out later
misses somewhere.
tend to get the wins, but they don't get as many of the nominations.
Yeah,
That's why you have like previous years examples would be like 1917, which went on to win Best Drama, but it struggled to get more nominations outside of that because it came out so late and they had
yeah.
to do the screeners for it. And God, there's other movies. If Beale Street Could Talk is another example, although they still got like 4 nominations.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
That's
it's
probably the
because
biggest
when
one.
they come out that Christmas Day, it's hard because the Globes nominations come out earlier than that.
Yeah, they come out, I believe, the 11th or 12th. Whatever's that Monday.
Usually like the beginning of like mid-December.
Yeah.
2 weeks before a lot of the movies come out, which is part of why in this age of streaming, it's actually for awards. You're going to do a little better if your movie comes out sometime between like August and November rather than waiting until Christmas.
Yeah, I actually have it in my calendar. It's Monday, December 12th is the Globe nominations.
All right.
All right, let's do actress drama. There's 4 regulars and 1 crazy, but Kate Blanchett, Michelle Williams, Daniel Deadwire, Viola Davis, and Anya de Armas for Blonde.
Ana de Armas, it feels like this is a list they put together before Blonde came out.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Before Blonde came out and all the reviews came out, everyone was predicting Ana de Armas.
Yeah.
And he does, I'll be honest with you, that does still feel like a nomination the Globes might do.
Yeah.
It is very in line with the kind of
crazy.
Even if the movie's not good, they would nominate her because she is a star.
Here's the thing, and then mention her and also in contention, but Florence Pugh for Don't Worry, Darling could be.
But here's the thing: if they nominate Florence for Don't Worry, Darling, you know Florence isn't going to show up.
But I think she would show up for The Wonder, which is why
she would show up for The Wonder,
which is why I'm predicting her for.
Homegirl's not showing up if they nominate her for Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah, but I have who do you have in that 5th spot? Because I'm pretty sure
I have Letitia Wright. I have Letitia Wright for Black Panther.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I am feeling good about that. Granted, I'm seeing the movie Thursday, but I'm holding strong.
Saturday.
I am manifesting it because I'm going with one of my roommates. We're going Thursday to one of the at night screenings.
Yeah.
We were going to try and do the double feature, but they'll start at noon, and we have to be at work.
Yeah, I understand, but yeah, I feel like the top 4 are safe, and then that 5th spot's where they're going to pull something interesting.
Oh yeah. All right.
And one thing I want to say, Daniel Deadwire is sweeping. I saw Till, it's sweeping. It's probably the best performance I've seen in years.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's going to win the Globe.
Yeah.
And she feels like a SAG winner.
Yeah.
I don't know if she wins Oscar and Critics' Choice.
Well, if she becomes sweep, Critics' Choice is going to try and match.
Yes, but because Critics' Choice is so early on, it's going to be hard. You can't predict a sweep yet because there'll have only been one show before.
Yeah.
The Critics' Choice is always the second show of the season because it's always the Globes, then the Critics' Choice, then SAG, then the Oscars.
But here's something interesting. BAFTA's before SAG this year.
She's better than last year, or wasn't it? No, Critics' Choice was on the same day as BAFTAs.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see at BAFTA. Hey, Club Ortiz, I know you were supposed to join us, but things happen. But we're wishing you're here.
Okay, so
You
now
got
we have to go to comedy actress.
Oh boy, this one's
Michelle Yeoh for Everything All Everywhere All at Once. Emma Thompson for Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. Margot Robbie for Babylon, Julia Roberts for Ticket to Paradise, and Kiki Palmer for Nope. Once more, these feel like predictions that were made before most of these movies came out.
Yeah.
Because I would listen. If Kiki Palmer got nominated, I would be obsessed.
I don't think it's happening.
I think she's more likely than Regina Hall, and I'm currently predicting Regina Hall. But this was the teaser I sent you earlier where I changed my predictions. I finally put in Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yay, you joined us.
I'm still predicting Regina Hall, but that spot could also be Kiki Palmer just as easily.
Yeah. I mean, besides Margot Robbie and Michelle Yeoh, there's no one that I'm like, okay, they're 100% getting in this category.
Julia Roberts is 100% getting in the category.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so besides, but that still leaves
win, but she's getting in.
But that still leaves though 2 spots for them to pull crazy nonsense that no one expects.
Oh yeah,
which I understand.
I think they'll go with Kiki Palmer because it's so funny to say she's a star on the rise because she's been working for 2 decades.
Yeah, but she is a star on the rise.
She's like I wouldn't say a star on the rise. She's been a star. Her star is just getting bigger.
Yeah.
She's getting more, it's growing bigger than it was before.
Yeah.
And if they have her host, which I could see them doing, it would be a la Sandra Oh getting nominated and winning for for Killing Eve.
Yeah. One thing I want to say real quick to all you Leslie Manville fans, I get why you're predicting her for comedy actress. I'm not doing it in a million billion years.
And she's going to be I get it. She is going to get nominated, just not here.
Yeah. But I just want to say I finally get it, okay? Just I want to clear that up. Because people are like, what do you mean she doesn't have a chance of getting it, blah, blah, blah. I get it, but it's still not happening.
A chance, it's just not going to be on the movie side of things.
Yeah. All right, let's do supporting actor, because this is probably the biggest mess they have.
Ooh, Ke-Huy Quan, Brendan Gleeson, Barry Keoghan. I don't think that's how you pronounce it.
Keoghan? I think that's how you say it.
No, because it's Irish, which means you leave out some syllables. I think it's Keoghan.
Yeah, probably Keoghan.
Eddie Redmayne and Sir Harry Styles, not for Don't Worry, Darling, but for My Policeman.
Which is probably he has a better chance for My Policeman.
All the reviews for it said he's not bad, but he's horribly miscast.
You know, it's funny. Also in contention is Harry Styles for Don't Worry, Darling. I get it. I legit understand why they're predicting
the list they have listed. I mean, I have Ben Whishaw in my nomination. Jeremy Strong is more likely to get nominated here than Harry Styles.
Yeah, which they have mentioned. But I find it weird they're predicting no one from Fabelmans and supporting actor.
It could be one of those where there's just too many of them and they kind of cancel each other out.
Which is fair, but...
Because you've got 3 contenders from that movie that could be in that category, if I recall.
Yeah.
So
but you're predicting 2 from Banshees. One of them I don't think has a chance unless it pulls a Power of Dog at the Oscars.
Yeah, but for the Globes, although Barry's he's
a star on the rise too.
He's a buzzy name at the moment, but they tend to go for more of the buzzy names versus
like presenters,
established stars. No, on the TV side.
Yeah.
They tend to go for the buzzy names on the TV side and the established stars on the movie side.
And last year Cody Smith McPhee won here, so I understand the Barry.
But they also went all in on Power of the Dog last year as well.
Well, it only got director and picture besides that.
Director, picture, supporting actor. But that's more than any of the other shows went in on it.
That's true. So I think they're thinking, oh, young actor, big movie, got it.
Yeah.
That's probably why. I mean, I get
interesting. They have in contention, they've listed Paul Dano for the Fabelmans. but they don't have Judge Hirsch.
Or Seth Rogen, or they
Yeah.
just have Paul Dano, which I find interesting. All right, supporting actress. I got this one because this one is interesting. Jamie Lee Curtis, Jessie Buckley, Angela Bassett, Durso
Uzo Mebadu,
Mebadu, and Carrie Condon.
which is similar. The bottom three I have in my predictions.
I have the top two and number 5.
I have Angela Bassett, Claire Foy, Carrie Condon, Stephanie Hsu, and Uzo Mebadu.
Again, I've been predicting, saying Jamie Lee Curtis gets in here, but nowhere else. I've been saying that. I've been saying that.
And I've been saying that if she's given the Cecil B. DeMille Award, they're not going to nominate her for the movie because she'll.
I know, but that's if. That's if.
And I'm pretty sure they will because she's the right. It's the right time also to not like for a variety of reasons. It is the right time.
No, I agree with you.
If she doesn't get it now, she's going to get it one day. But I'm pretty sure. But now, for so many reasons, would be the perfect time to give it to her.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. But
Yeah.
I think that's definitely like Carrie Condon, again, as someone who saw the movie, she was actually my favorite performance in the whole film. More than Colin Farrell, more than Brendan Gleeson.
She could be a surprise winner here.
She really could. But I'm saying though, if she wins, it would be easily well deserved.
Yeah. Director. We have Steven Spielberg, Sarah Polley, Martin McDonagh, Baz Luhrmann, and Gina Prince Bythewood.
My exact 5. Like, this is my exact 5.
I do not have McDonagh,
Sarah Polley.
and I don't have Sarah Polley.
I knew that.
Because I have in Chazelle and the Daniels.
Oh, I forgot I had Chazelle in. Okay, doesn't matter. I don't have Gina.
I don't think you have McDonagh in.
Oh no, I don't. Wait, now I gotta look it back up. Give me a second. I have a director. No, I do have Gina Price. Okay, I just don't have McDonagh. I have Chazelle.
Yeah.
Because I have Gina Price, Chazelle, Luhrmann, Spielberg, and Polley.
I am debating taking out Chazelle. I think because Babylon's late release date isn't going to help it a whole lot, I am tempted to put in Sarah Polley where I have Damien Chazelle.
Yeah. I will say that that I'm concerned taking out a bunch of categories.
Because with it coming out so late, I just don't know how well it's actually. I don't know if it's going to have time to do well yet.
Yeah, I'm just going to have my brother hand me my charger that's in the kitchen. But yeah, I'm considering taking it out. I'm thinking it might pull a Wolf of Wall Street, which got actor and picture. That's it. It got better everywhere else.
I could see it just being picture and Robbie.
That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm not sure if I'm ready to jump.
Oh, in score. It's definitely getting in score.
Oh, they love Justin Hurwitz. If they nominate him for first.
And I mean, rightfully so. Every score he's done has been phenomenal.
Exactly. And he's never, I know it's only been 2 movies, but every time he's nominated, he's never lost so far.
Didn't he also do the score? Well, Whiplash wasn't nominated for score.
Which is shit up, though.
But he did the score for Whiplash. He's done every Damien Chazelle movie because they were roommates in college.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about best screenplay because there's a few interesting picks in here. Everywhere, Everything, All at Once, The Banshees, Women Talking, Tar, and Glass Onion.
That's pretty much what I have, except instead of Banshees, I have Fablemans.
Instead of For Everything All at Once, I have Fablemans. I really think Fablemans gets
All at Once is going to get in.
Well, regardless, I really think Fablemans gets it, and that's
only where things get interesting.
Yeah, let's talk about score. Like, there's not much to say.
Fablemans, Women Talking, Babylon, Pinocchio, And white noise. I am trying to figure out who to take out to put in women talking, because I have in right now Babylon's Fableman's Pinocchio, White Noise, and Wakanda Forever, because I don't see them not nominating Danny Elfman.
Yeah, I currently have Wakanda Forever instead of White Noise, but I have the other four.
Well, because I had in Tar and Don't Worry, Darling. I have finally given up on Don't Worry, Darling, even though the score was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that's where I put in Pinocchio, because that is a composer who they do seem to like. And then I put in White Noise because it's Danny Elfman. But the woman who did the score for Woman Talking is the same one who did the score for Joker, and she did win.
Yeah. I took out Tar for Women Talking in the score because it reminds me a lot of the Power of the Dog Spencer kind of thing. It was just the same composer, and one gets in for the more likely Best Picture nominee over the.
I might take out White Noise, but it's the Danny Elfman of it all.
Yeah, but I'm going to keep Wakanda Forever for now because that helps.
I'm keeping Wakanda Forever because he's won other awards for scores as well. So
yeah, exactly, and he got in for Tenet too, which was a kind of big deal for me for the Globes to nominate it.
They really like him.
Best song. This is going to be an interesting category.
Because I agree with Wakanda Forever getting Lift Me Up. I agree with Hold My Hand. I do not see White Noise getting in.
No.
Devotion.
I'll talk about that in a second.
Because they do like the Jonas Brothers. Nick Jonas has been nominated a couple times before in song here.
The Club Ortiz, if you're still here, you talked me out of nominating Devotion. Like, I was like, oh, this is going to happen. He's like, no, it's not. I'm like,
in song it could, but it's because they do like the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only reason why.
Well, of the who they have in contention,
we forgot one.
And where I said Where the Crawdad Sings.
Oh, sorry, I must have missed that.
But so to get to of the everything they have listed, including the in contention, I'm thinking it's going to be Lift Me Up, Hold My Hand, where Carolina. I'm thinking one of the songs from RRR. I don't know which song it's going to be.
It seems like Not To is the one
that's the one they have listed there.
But that's the one that I'm seeing everywhere. Like that's
and then I do think Nobody Like You from Turning Red, because we know they like Billie Eilish and Phineas.
Yeah. Okay. So what I have is Lift Me Up, Hold My Hand, Carolina, Not To,
Mm-hmm.
and then I still have On My Way from Marry Me. Because I still think it's a possibility they nominate Jennifer Lopez.
That's true.
Or I might predict Heartbeat from La La Crocodile because Shawn Mendes and the people who did La La Land and The Greatest Showman.
Oh, yep. That's true.
That's another possibility I'm concerned.
Okay, and then I will say animated feature actually might be surprisingly competitive, because you have Pinocchio, which is supposed to be very good. Turning Red, fine. Strange World, fine. Wendell and Wild, fine. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, I think, could be a surprise sweeper this season, because it's gotten such positive word of mouth and such positive reviews, and people of all ages have loved it.
All right, so here's the thing. I don't have Wendell in a while. I don't think they're ever going to do more than one Netflix animated film. They have a weird relationship with Netflix in this category.
It's Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele.
I know, but they have a weird thing with Netflix in this category. Like, if they nominate Pinocchio, I'll legit be shocked.
I think that, no, it's the Oscars. The Globes are usually okay with nominating it.
No. The Globes never nominate Mitchell's vs. the Machines. Never nominate Klaus. Never nominate I Lost My Body. They nominate Over the Moon, but that was during the pandemic year.
But the other thing is, so there haven't really been a whole lot of like worthwhile animated movies to nominate here. Although I could see them doing Lightyear because it's Disney. But the thing is, I don't think there. I think Marcel the Shell with Shoes on might win.
Well, I do have Marcel. Um, Instead, one in a while, I actually have Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
I forgot about that.
I've been reading some
It's
test
supposed to be
screen,
good.
and people say, "Oh my god, it's the best DreamWorks movie
Yeah,
ever."
so far the like early reviews have been really good for it.
So that's what I have instead one in a while. But I
But
agree with the top three,
I think Marcel the Shell is going to win.
and you know what Marcel the Shell reminds me of, and I mean this in a good way. What I'm about to say,
Mhm.
Missing Link.
Where it's just the surprise that happens to like be everywhere.
Yeah,
Well, and I think, because quite frankly, of all of these, it is truly the movie that has the most heart to it.
yeah,
And if they nominate Marcel the Shell, and if it wins, you get Isabella Rossellini at your award show.
yeah. Let's wrap up the movies, and then we'll hop in TV.
Okay.
This is the last category.
It's RRR, All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, Decision to Leave, Joyland.
I have Close instead of Joyland, but
Not surprised. I think this could go to. It's going to be between, I think, Bardo and RRR.
I think All Quiet on the Western Front is definitely something that you
All
cannot.
Quiet on the Western Front, I believe, is Netflix though.
So
But
is
so is
Bardo.
Ardia,
So
which is why I think it could be RRR.
yeah, I think it's gonna be RRR too, but we'll see. It's definitely gonna be
Found
interesting.
that some of the people in our group, that we have a person in our group who likes to use. It seems like RRR is the crowd pleaser.
I
It's
remember a few movies that were also called crowd pleasers that did well.
Yes, but in this particular category, RRR seems to be what we would describe as the crowd pleaser.
Yeah, and I
And
think
I think that's going to get it the win.
yeah,
Also, even though it is supposed to be like a, which is ironic that I am supporting a movie that I think is like 4 hours long or something, considering how I've been on such
a rant about 3 hour
hype
movies.
lately about movies being too long.
I believe this one's
I'm
3 hours.
I'm okay with the occasional movie being like over 2.5 hours or 3, but we don't need every single award season movie. Because if we go through this list, you have RRR. Babylon is supposedly over 3 hours. Avatar is going to be over 3 hours.
I
Most of these movies on the list are over 3 hours.
I looked it up. It's 3 hours and 7 minutes.
Yeah, most of the movies on the list are exceed 2.5 hours. Many of them exceed 3. I at some point need to be able to. I have a job. I need to be able to go to work at some point and sleep and do other things.
And be able to use the bathroom during the show.
Yeah, which you can't do if every award season movie is over 3 hours.
Yeah.
It makes it hard to see all of them.
You know how AMC Theater does the marathons? That's something
Yes.
on my list. I always wanted to do that.
I want to do those as well.
And one day I will. But yeah, it's 3 hours and 7 minutes. I have RRR again the 3 nominations: song, picture comedy, and then international film.
I will say I could see it being a surprise director nomination.
I can see that too.
I think that is the only one where I'm not going to predict it officially, but I could see it being a surprise director nomination.
I might pull the trigger on that. We'll see.
I don't know who to take out is the problem.
Yeah.
Because it would be like Baz Luhrmann that I'd probably have to take out.
Yeah, and he's
And I
definitely.
don't see them not nominating Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah.
Okay, so now to the TV side of things.
I completely forgot we're going to do that.
I'm literally, because I've got my list up, and it just
Yeah, I have mine too. Because I keep my movie list and my TV list together.
Oh yeah, they're on the same. Mine are in the same document, so you just keep scrolling and you end up in the
Yeah.
TV land.
What I do is I do the charts you can add.
Yes.
I do that for each.
Mhm.
Because that way it kind of looks like how they have it on the Wikipedia page for the Globes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm realizing I forgot to redo a TV category.
Which one? Because I think
TV drama, the first one on the list.
Well, I have The Boys as in alphabetical order as my first one.
Well, The Boys is my first. The follow-up is The Crown. And for those of you wondering why I'm taking out The Crown, go
38 on Rotten Tomatoes much?
Go look up. No, don't even just go to Rotten Tomatoes. Go look up the reviews.
Yeah,
the Variety review basically said, like, The Variety review was not good. The reviews are starting to come out, and all of them are saying it's
Garbage.
bad. It's not good.
Yeah.
And it's or not that it's not necessarily. They said that there's a couple roles that seem very miscast, or they just like they have nothing to say. The problem is they're trying to be too objective now
Yeah, I
with all
noticed
of
that.
it, and because of that, it doesn't quote unquote progress the story. Like it doesn't tell you anything we didn't all. It doesn't give perspective to anything we didn't already know.
Yeah.
It pretty much just completely retells it rather than giving like how in previous seasons it felt like you were getting a behind the scenes look or it felt like you were seeing more of like the royal family, but this is much more just the public persona perspective.
Which I
And
think
that
is the
it's
major
not
problem
and that Imelda Staunton is wasted as the queen. Like she looks like the queen, but that's
about it.
about as far as it goes.
Oh, excuse me, Kat. Um, I'm not sure what I'm going to put into place. Maybe Ozark, but I'm not sure. I don't want to
I
say
don't know.
Ozark
I'm trying
until
to
I
think
think about
what
it.
else is coming out that could potential. Oh, kitty cat.
Tomlin. Her name's Tomlin after Lily Tomlin.
Aww. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like what other shows could possibly take.
Oh, I realize I have to change my actor drama. I did have Jonathan Price in there like an idiot.
Uh,
He's supporting, which means I have another spot now. And
yeah, but so TV drama or taking out The Crown. So then I have The Boys, Euphoria, House of the Dragon, and Severance.
we have the exact same four.
I don't know what that last spot now goes to.
I don't know either. I have to think about that.
I don't think it's going to go to Lord of the Rings. Even
I
though
hope
they like Amazon Prime.
they don't like. I don't think they will like this one. Better Call Saul doesn't seem right because they never
I think
nominated.
Better Call Saul getting some nominations, so that's
But
possible.
yeah,
I think it's possible, but I'm not certain.
I'm just gonna do Ozark just for now until I think of something else.
See, I am more tempted to do Better Call Saul because it came out more recently.
Okay, then.
But we'll see. I'm not putting anything in there yet until.
Yeah. I'm just gonna use Ozark as a placeholder until I wholly think through it.
Yeah. I might actually put The Handmaid's Tale back in.
Well, let's talk about actress drama then. That's a good leeway.
Okay, we're skipping down on my list. Cool.
I know I have comedy series too, but do you want to do comedy series first?
Sure. Let's just literally just like go straight down the list. I think that's going to be easiest.
Okay. Well, I don't know your list. I know mine, but
Okay.
I have comedy next.
Yeah.
Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Dead to Me. I realized I put Dead to Me at the bottom rather than alphabetical. That's my bad.
Oh, mine are not in alphabetical order anymore because I've changed stuff.
Yeah, now exactly that's the same case here. Hacks and then Only Murders in the Building.
I have Abbott Elementary, Reboot, The Bear, Hacks, and Only Murders in the Building.
Could happen. They do like Hulu shows and
well, the thing is, Reboot's from the same person who did Modern Family, and they like Modern Family.
That's true. So, I do think Abbott Elementary is winning, though.
Yeah.
I have them winning this and supporting actress.
Abbott Elementary is, I think it's definitely winning comedy. Supporting actress, not 100% sure, and we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. What's next on your list, so I know?
So the way my list goes is I did all the TV shows, like the TV, like drama, comedy, limited series. Then I do all the actor and all the actress.
All right. Yeah. Let's do that then. I have my best limited right here. It's not that far off my
what
list.
Do you have? I think we have about the same list.
Blackbird.
Mm-hmm.
The Dropout.
Mm-hmm.
George and Tammy.
Yep.
Welcome to Chippendales.
Uh-huh.
The White Lotus, Sicily.
I have Blackbird, The Dropout, Dahmer, Welcome to Chippendales, and White Lotus. And I want to make it very clear, I have not seen Dahmer. I am vehemently opposed to the idea of Dahmer. But it 1,000% seems like something the Globes would go for.
As someone who saw Evan Peters is great, as Evan Peters always is, because he's great in everything he does, let's be honest here. But it is really, really bad. It's poorly written.
Okay, but that hasn't stopped them before.
I know, but I'm still saying what I think about it. It's poorly written. uh, I can see why the victims' families are very offensive to, and not just the fact that Ryan Murphy didn't even talk to them.
Like he claims he did, and it's like, and even then, it's like, dude, if they didn't answer your phone call,
You probably shouldn't have done it.
like, do you think there's a reason why? Maybe.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah,
Um,
I might put in George and Tammy, but Dahmer just feels like something they would do,
yeah.
also because they like Netflix limited series.
Yeah, I chose George and Tammy because A, it's a Showtime series. Usually,
Mhm.
Showtime series has a better chance here than
Well,
anywhere
that's why
else.
I'm thinking there's going to be some act. They're going to get into the acting categories for sure.
Yeah. Well, what's next on your list?
Drama actor,
Actor or actress? Sorry.
actor.
Oh God, this is the one I gotta change. So you go.
I have Adam Scott. I have Anthony Starr. I have Bob Odenkirk. I have Sterling K. Brown, and I have Jason Bateman. Because let me put the. That's what I'll put in drama. The final season of This Is Us is still eligible.
There you go.
Done. That's my last drama spot, and I've got Sterling K. Brown in because we know that they love them. Some Sterling K. Brown. He's been nominated every year. The last season is still eligible because it didn't start airing
Yeah,
in January. I don't see them not nominating him this go round.
yeah. Sure. Who I'm still thinking about mine, but we have the same four otherwise.
Mhm.
Like Jason Bateman, Bob
I
Odenkirk,
will
Adam
say,
Scott.
I think Anthony Starr might win.
I hope so. Out of all the four here, he's the one, in my opinion, that deserves
I
it.
feel like he's the one who truly like. I don't see the actor in the role. I see
You see the
Homelander.
role.
Now, part of it might be because the actual actor looks very different from Homelander, but
Yeah,
like he's so good as
he
Homelander.
disappears in the role.
It's truly the best performance of them all. Now, I will say, the one thing that could throw off that category some. There's a second actor from The Boys who is being campaigned as lead
Which
actor.
one?
Carl Urban is also campaigned as lead
Oh, I
actor.
forgot about that, but I
I
understand
could,
why.
I could see a world where both Anthony Starr and Carl Urban get in.
I might do that for my fifth spot.
I'm not 100% sure, but I could see a world where both of them get nominated.
Yeah, I'm still considering Jeff Bridges for the old man. I mean, they did nominate Al Pacino for Hunter, so it's
Okay,
not
but
out.
Hunters was actually a good show. In
But
fact,
I'm saying though, it's not outside.
we're supposed to be getting a second season of that at some point. When is that coming?
I don't know, but what I'm saying though, it's like a well-respected actor in a show that people may
Oh
not
yeah,
have heard of.
yeah. But
So
the old man didn't get the best of it. It got okay reviews, but it wasn't like Hunters got really good reviews, which is part of
yeah,
why Pacino was nominated.
yeah. But like as we just talked about, do you think they really care about the reviews?
I
I'm
think they're going to care a little bit.
a little bit. I'm gonna still think about actor drama
Okay,
before I
so
say
comedy actor is next.
okay.
I have Jeremy Allen White, I have Nathan Fielder, Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Keegan Michael Key.
Okay, so I have White, Short, Martin, Hater, and then Felder.
Fielder.
Fielder. I promised someone. He's not in the chat, but I did promise someone that I would put Bill Hader in
The
my
only thing is,
predictions.
though, the whole reason they didn't really have a proper show last year was because of the lack of diversity that they'd been called out for. And enough of the other categories lack diversity that they're going to put diversity where they're able to.
Um, quick note: when I had Bill Hader, I put a slash, and it's the
Okay.
other slash is Rami Youssef for Rami.
Oh, yeah. I think Rami Youssef is more likely to get in.
I might just end up putting Rami Youssef instead.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Actress drama. This is the one that I know who's winning this category now, but
Oh, yes. There's no question. Well, yeah, there's no question. No,
but
well,
but who gets in this category is the question now. Is the million.
I have Zendaya, Laura Linney, Mandy Moore, Elizabeth Debicki, and Brett Lauer.
We have the exact same five, so I'm not even going to read mine.
Elizabeth Debicki could take it from Zendaya.
I still think it's a possibility, but I will say, besides
Or
those two, there's
the other thing is, and this might be me beating a dead horse a bit, but whenever the Emmys fuck up, the Globes like to rectify it. They
Yeah,
like to
that's
do
where
the
Man-
opposite. They like to do the opposite of the Emmys,
That's part of the reason why I'm
which
predicting Mandy Moore.
I was about to say that could be a Mandy Moore win.
It really could.
And
And plus, they might want to try again on NBC's good side again.
exactly.
Or they want Kiss Ass to Netflix because apparently the rumor is they're trying to get Netflix to buy them out.
Sure.
So
Sure.
it's one or the other. They're either going to Kiss Ass to NBC or Kiss Ass to Netflix. It's whichever one they want to do.
Or they go and follow the trend and go with Zendaya.
Which I think is probably what's going to happen at this point. I mean, I know DeBecky is getting good reviews in a show that's not getting good reviews, but I still think Zendaya is more likely, and I think that's
Also,
someone
because
that the
Zendaya is
Globes
the
would want
bigger
on
name.
stage.
On Zendaya, because she's the bigger name. She's gonna get the. She's gonna make them go viral.
Yeah, and since Tom Holland is finally finished filming his miniseries,
Which
and
is
his
eligible
schedule's pretty
next
clear,
year.
yeah, and cleared,
Okay. Yeah.
and his schedule's clear, he could actually go with her now, and that could be some big
He'd
stuff.
probably go with her even if he was still doing the show.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still saying
You know,
though,
but the thing is, she likes to bring her parents with her.
we'll see what happens.
All right.
Well,
So then, I guess, do we want to do
actress comedy,
comedy
or
actress? Yeah.
this category was actually pretty easy for me, even with the changes I made to it.
Okay. Who do you have?
Um, Quentin Brunson, Gene Smart. I think we all agree those two are.
Mm-hmm.
Christina Applegate for Dead to Me.
Mm-hmm.
The girl from the bear. I'm not even gonna try and ask her name.
Io Edebiri.
Yeah, I have her, and then I still have Jenna Ortega from Wednesday. I really just still have her.
I have Io Edebiri, who I think is going to win. By the way,
We'll talk about that after.
I think she's going to win. Quinta Brunson, Gene Smart, Judy Greer with a question mark. Probably will change that to Christina Applegate and Selena Gomez.
Yeah, I chose Christina Applegate for the nomination because you're reading because she's talking about all the stuff she has to go through with MS and what they had to do filming. Like people had to literally stand underneath her, so it makes it look like she's standing up in the show. Like,
yeah, you know what? I just took out Judy Greer and put in Christina because Judy Greer is like borderline supporting anyway.
Yeah, but
So,
I really think Christina Applegate's going to get in here.
She's going to get nominated, but this is a category where because they like to with comedy actress nominate an up and comer or someone who like hasn't never been nominated or like
they love to do that,
which is why I think Io Edebiri is going to win.
I have Quentin Brunson for that same reason.
I forgot. This was where we differed, and I forgot to say this when we were discussing comedy series. I think The Bear is going to sweep.
Yeah, you did mention that.
No, I didn't say it, but I didn't say it this time. I'd said, I'm like, yeah, Abbott's going to win. Forgetting I have predicted a sweep of The Bear with the exception of supporting actor.
Again, The Bear could easily sweep. I can see that happening.
I think it does because it was such a because that's the thing. The Bear is just a phenomenon because they didn't market the show at all. It was a show that purely got as big as it did by word of mouth, which is a fascinating phenomenon in this day and age.
For my dad is not like the big awards person, but he actually found The Bear and loved it through cooking because he and I love cooking shows.
Yeah. Like it's one of those people just kind of stumbled upon it and then binged all 8 episodes.
Yeah, I will say
that phenomenon also poses a threat to Abbott at the Emmys come Emmy season.
Yeah, I will say this: I 100% have Jeremy White winning. Like that's probably one of the categories going to Globes that I'm very confident he's going to win.
I'm feeling very confident about both comedy actor and actress.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Quinta just for now, but again, I can easily see Io winning, and I would be more than happy with that. I can also see a world Christina Applegate wins. I've been hearing
doing
Word
that.
on the Street is like her acting in season 3 is like her best yet. So
I think it's going to depend on reviews for the season because like Even if like she's gone through all of this, like if it's the show isn't good in the third season, which I don't see it not
I've been
being good.
hearing it did test screen to some critics.
Mhm.
They said the show's great and that Applegate gives her best performance yet in the show.
All right.
So
So we
she's
got that.
definitely a threat.
So limited actor next.
Yeah, this one's interesting, but
I'm curious who you have. I think we might have the same people though.
um, I think we differ with one spot, and
Okay.
you'll know right away. Taron Egerton, Andrew Garfield,
Oh, yep.
Kumail Nanjiani, Evan Peters, Sebastian Stan.
I have Sebastian Stan, Evan Peters, Michael Shannon, Kumail Nanjiani, and Taron Egerton.
I was so close to predicting Michael Shannon, but I flipped the coin and it landed on Garfield, so that's why.
They really like Michael Shannon though.
I know.
And Andrew Garfield's already going to be there because usually the previous winner presents to the next winner.
Yeah, I
Because he
know.
won last year, he's already going to be there anyway.
I think another reason why I predicted him to justify one of my supporting limited nominations. We'll get to
Do you have
that.
Daisy Edgar Jones?
Yeah, I think that's why I predicted Andrew to justify that.
Well, okay, and so I have Sebastian Stan in, but I haven't decided
For
if
what?
Sebastian Stan is in for Pam and Tommy or Fresh.
I
Because Fresh feels like something the Globes would go for.
Yeah, I only have him for Pam and Tommy just simply because it's the more transformative role.
But Fresh is much more the kind of thing that the Globes really like. So I'm just putting him down. I'm not putting down which role he's going in for. I will say too, if we're going the transformative route, I mean, it's not like a transformation, but like with the kind of stuff they tend to like,
Yeah,
that does also make a potential Oscar Isaac nomination for Moon Knight.
could happen. It seriously could happen. Yeah, I nominated Sebastian. I did personal nominations, and I have Sebastian Stan for Fresh and not Pam and Tommy.
That I do. I did see that.
I resend that category too because that category was easy to miss.
Limited actress.
This one is interesting to say the least because it is semi-empty. Like there's three locks.
I think we have the same people.
Yeah, you go.
Lily James, Emily Blunt, Amanda Seyfried, Alicia Vikander, Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty straightforward category. Pretty sure it's either going to go to Seyfried, James, or Chastain.
I think it's going to be Seyfried versus Chastain.
But this is also the kind of category where I could see them just going out of left field and giving the win to Emily Blunt.
That's something they would do.
It's the most Globes thing to do.
This category is very interesting.
All right, now let's go into supporting.
Which ones? Because we have more categories to talk about instead.
Let's start with supporting actor, drama comedy.
Okay, actor, you said? Just want to make sure.
Actor.
Okay. Just making sure I have my right list.
All right. I have John Turturro, Tyler James Williams, Paul Reiser, Ebon Moss, Bachrach, and Jack Quaid.
We have three. We have Jack Quaid, Tyler James Williams, and John Turturro. We have the same three there. And then I have Matt Smith for House of the Dragon.
I don't know though if House of the Dragon, because the Globes never they went for Game of Thrones, but they didn't go they weren't like the Emmys where they gave all the wins to Game of Thrones. So I don't know if they necessarily. I mean, they do like Matt Smith at the Globes, but
yeah,
could Matt Smith get frauded to lead though?
It could happen. There'll be room. Look at this way. There's room for him, no matter which category they throw him in.
Because I think Ebon Moss is from The Bear.
Yeah,
I think he's getting nominated. He's not going to win, but I think they're going to nominate him.
Again, wherever Matt Smith goes is where I'm going to predict him. But
yeah,
right now it seems like he's in supporting, so I just left him there. And the last one I didn't mention was Christopher Walken, just because of a big name. That's the only reason why I'm predicting him.
Wait, who?
Christopher Walken for Severance, just because it's a big name.
Well, that's where I think John Turturro.
Well, I have both.
I don't think both are going to get in.
I just don't know what to do.
It's Apple. Apple doesn't have that great a track record with the Globes.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what to do with this stupid category.
I think it's going to be one of the more unpredictable categories, and I think that's what's going to make it fun. I mean, it could end up getting mostly dominated by comedy people
Yeah.
because Johnny Knoxville, I could see getting. Johnny Knoxville is like, if I had a sixth, I'd say Johnny Knoxville for
Yeah.
reboot
I can see that.
because he's really good in it.
Yeah.
But Paul Reiser, I think they go with because he's the bigger name.
Yeah.
Although Johnny Knoxville is a pretty big name too, so they could go for both. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think they do one or the other.
I will say both supporting actress categories I found a lot easier to do than the men.
Yeah, and Jack Quaid, of course, I'm still thinking is in because also he has famous parents.
I had him in too. I had
him in anyway because he was so good this past
Yeah.
season. But the fact that he's got famous parents, I think, helps as
Yeah.
well. For those who don't know, his parents are Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. All right. What's next? Supporting actress?
Next is supporting actor limited.
All right, that's fine. This category I actually feel a little better on compared to the other one.
There you go.
Naveen Andrews for the Dropout. F. Murray Abraham for the White Lotus Sicily. Paul Walter Hauser for Blackburn. Theo James for the White Lotus Sicily. And I have Seth Rogen for Pam and Tommy. I'll explain Theo James in a minute.
We have wait, can you read yours again quickly?
Naveen Andrews.
Okay. Yep. So the only place we differ is I have Murray Bartlett for Welcome to Chippendales.
Oh, I knew I was forgetting someone. Oh.
I have Seth Rogen, I have Murray Bartlett, I have Theo James, I have F. Murray Abraham, and I have Paul Walter Hauser.
I knew I was forgetting someone. Okay, I'm going to take out Naveen.
Oh, but there is a but. I could see them nominating. Is it Ray Liotta? Ray Liotta.
Yeah, Ray Liotta for.
I could see them doing a posthumous nomination for Ray Liotta for Blackbird.
They might do that instead of Paul Walter Hauser. I can see that.
I think if they're going to do it, they're going to do both because Paul Walter Hauser was getting rave reviews for his performance. But I could see them because they don't do an in memoriam.
Yeah, they could do that.
I could see that. I mean, that's not true. They've done one in memoriam, and that was the year that Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds died.
Yeah. But yeah, I completely forgot about Murray Bartlett. He's going to get into I'll take on the meme for Thank you for that. I legit forgot.
No, happy to help. So then we're into supporting actress drama comedy.
This one was easy for me.
Who do you have?
Patricia Arquette, Hannah Einbinder.
Einbinder.
It looks like she's supporting here this year.
It's Einbinder, by the way.
Einbinder. It looks like she's supporting here this year. So just that's the only reason why I didn't have her in lead.
Right.
Julia Gardner for Ozark, Leslie Manville for The Crown, and then Cheryl Lee Ralph for Abbott Elementary.
Interesting. I have Cheryl Lee Ralph, Janelle James, Leslie Manville, Hannah Einbinder, and Patricia Arquette. And the win is going to be between Ralph and Arquette because the Globes are obsessed with Arquette.
You don't know how badly I wanted to predict Janelle James, but I just looked at Julia Gardner's more likely.
Who gets nominated? I think Ozark that season was so long ago.
I might put in Janelle James instead.
I have in Jason Bateman and Laura Linney because they were the leads and they're big names, and those categories are a little empty otherwise. But supporting actress, there's so many people that could be nominated.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Arquette could win for Severance.
I realized I left someone out of limited actress.
I think,
and I'm
you and I are thinking of the same person, aren't we? Julia Gardner for
Inventing Anna.
I knew it.
I was the one who's riding the Inventing Anna train the whole time, the first time, and everyone was like, she's not going to get nominated. It's not going to get nominated. I'm like, it's going to get nominated. And then it did. And I cannot believe I forgot that it's still eligible here.
It's easy to forget, though.
Because I think then, too, that would impact support. That'll impact supporting actress limited. Because I think there's a couple performance and supporting actor limited, too, quite frankly, because I think there's a couple performances that could get in.
I looked it up. Julia Gardner is number 3 on Gold Derby.
I think, who would I take out then? Give me a second. We got to take a look at the list. Who's coming out? I think I would take out Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, so if Gold Derby had their nominations, it would have been Seifert, James, Gardner, Blunt, and Collette for the staircase. If they had their
No,
way for a limited
getting-
actress, that's what would happen.
They've got 4 out of 5 right, but Chastain's going to get that last spot.
Yeah, I actually got her 101 odds. Like the second that show was announced is coming this year, I like ran to Gold Derby. I'm just like,
All right. So then now we're on to supporting actress limited.
okay, let me just.
I have Jennifer Coolidge, Niecy Nash, Aubrey Plaza, Annalay Ashford, and Laurie Metcalf.
We have 4 out of 5.
Oh, and to be clear, Annalay Ashford is for Chippendales.
Oh, okay, that's what I was thinking of. Okay, I currently have. I still have Daisy
Check, but
Edgar
I'm pretty sure.
for Under the
I
Banner
mean,
of
she
Heaven.
could very well.
But other than that, I have the same 4 as you. I have Coolidge, I have Metcalf, I have Nash, and I have Plaza.
Because I think, because Annalay Ashford has been growing and growing, and I think she's another one who I think she could get in. I mean, she was the only good part of impeachment.
Oh yeah, that disaster.
So I think, and she's in this, and I think we know the Hulu Disney machine has the money to push stuff, and I think they push her.
I can see that happening, but
Oh, you know what actually might take that last spot in drama?
what?
Stranger Things.
I was considering that. I almost predicted it, but I realized I haven't not getting anywhere else though, and that seemed kind of weird to me.
Well, but if we're taking out of lead actor and actress, I could see David Harbour getting frauded into lead.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown could have been fraud to lead.
I could see Winona Ryder too. No,
Yeah.
she didn't have as much to do, but I could see Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah,
And the thing is, too, supporting actress, I might swap in a Sadie Sink instead of Janelle James.
yeah, that's something I'm thinking of.
I'm thinking, yeah, because it's
never gonna happen, but I would love a Joseph Quinn nomination. It's never gonna happen.
No, because if we're gonna do it, I'd rather us nominate Jamie Campbell Bower because that man put in
That's another nomination I would
all
love.
the work and then some.
That's another nomination I would love. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but I could see us because again, the Globes like to write what the Emmys wronged.
Yeah, that is so true. They do like to. They like to brag too. They like to honor the new show. So it's like, hey, look at us. We found the show first in your face.
They like to do that. And they like to, people who haven't won before, they like to be like, see, you may have nominated them before, but we gave them a win.
Yeah, exactly.
A la Sandra Oh, who it's like, yes, the Emmys nominated her. They've nominated her before, but we gave her her wins. You didn't.
I'm still mad that year. Claire Foy did not deserve to win that year for the crown. I'm sorry.
Wait, which year?
The first year of Killing Eve.
Sandra Oh won for the first year.
Not at the Emmys. That went to Claire Foy for the crown.
Well, Claire Foy. Okay, no, I'll give you Claire Foy for the crown, actually.
That's what I'm saying.
And personally, should have been Joni Comer over Sandra Oh.
Exactly. I'm like, I love Sandra Oh.
I love seeing Sandra Oh win. I love seeing her win.
Me too.
She needs to be in all the things. Why is she not in more stuff?
But
if they nominate Turning Red, she'll be there.
Yeah.
So, and I bet she presents because she's also a former host.
Yeah. Who do you think they're gonna get to host? Like,
I'm pretty sure it's either gonna be Amber Ruffin or Keke Palmer.
Yeah, I'm thinking
it's gonna be one of the two. I'm actually leaning towards Keke Palmer, mainly because Keke Palmer's already located in LA.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say, I do think regardless they're gonna get a female host. Like they never had a single female host before.
They've had female hosts,
but not a
solo host.
That's what I'm saying. They haven't had a solo. So I think regardless, they're gonna try to get one for the first time. They had two obviously females together, Tina and Amy, but they never had one female.
And it's going to be someone from within the NBC family, which is why I'm thinking it's either going to be Keke or Amber.
Yeah, and I would love either one. but I would like Amber just because I feel like she has a little more experience.
Kiki
Not experience. What's the word?
Kiki has more experience hosting, but Amber has a different. Here's the thing: if they're looking for someone just to be, I think Amber would be better for something like the Emmys or the Oscars, where you have more time to do the song and dance and all of that. The
Yeah.
Golden Globes is not a song and dance kind of show.
That is true.
So I'd rather. I'm glad that Keenan got to host the Emmys, but I would have liked Amber Ruffin to host the Emmys instead.
Yeah.
So I would rather Amber get to host when it's more of a song and dance type of show. ABC, listen, I know she's under contract with NBC Universal, but if you can snatch her away just for the Oscars, that would be.
Yeah, I would agree about that. I think Chelsea Handler hosting Critics' Choice is an interesting choice.
I think she's. Because that's another one that is kind of a low key, no one really pays attention to it. So that's fine.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I want interesting hosts like that. Like I don't want Tay Diggs hosting 5 million times.
I love Tay Diggs though. I'm not a big Chelsea Handler fan. Not a fan of hers. I'd rather it have been like just let Nicole Byer do it solo.
Yeah, why didn't they let her do it solo?
I love Nicole Byer. Everyone
that was a missed opportunity. I'm sorry.
Maybe she's too busy because of her TV shows, but
yeah. But
yeah. But listen, I do like Tay Diggs. Tay Diggs is someone I'd want in another Knives Out movie.
That would be good.
Tay Diggs and Cheryl Lee Ralph, and Cheryl Lee Ralph plays his mother.
Ooh, that's a good one. But yeah, in terms of host, I want someone interesting. They have to pick someone good.
And I would like someone who actually like knows how to host.
Yeah.
In other words, ABC, when it comes time for the Oscars, check and see if Anthony Anderson is available.
He's my dream Oscar host.
Check and see if my man's Anthony is available.
Yeah.
Please. I think he'd be good at it. Sean Hayes, if he's not too busy on Broadway. Although Sean Hayes can also host the Tonys. Actually, that would probably be a better fit for him is to host the Tonys. But, find someone that's not Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Even though she's said she would never do it again, which thank you.
Yeah. Like I know Keaton Thompson's a popular pick among NBC Universal, but I'm not done yet. But there's so many other people within Saturday Night Live they could pick.
Yeah, but they did Keenan because he's Keenan and he's a legend.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, though, if they're looking for interesting hosts, there's definitely people in that cast they could pick.
Well, yeah, but I think Keenan is also kind of being poised to take over when the team comes. And I think those of you who know what I mean know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to spell it out.
Yeah. You know who I think would be a good Golden Globes host? Cecily Strong.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Cecily would be a good host.
That's what I'm thinking.
Though, there's a few of the SNL women I think would be good because I think Ego Wodum would be great as well.
I was thinking that too.
I mean, I'd love Ego to just take over everything. Like
I know she really should.
She's so funny.
She was on the Rachel Ray show and she was hilarious.
I love her.
Yeah, she's like, I just came here for the free food. That's the only reason why I agreed to be on the show.
But yeah, so I think there are plenty of people who I think they could get. The only thing is because it's on a Tuesday and the timing of it is going to be weird because of the SNL schedule. That's usually when they come back for shows, is during that week.
Yeah, true. They might be able to figure out something, though.
Because normally when it's that Sunday, it's normally the first Sunday, but this time it's going to be on a Tuesday. I'm not going to be in the country for the Globes this year.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll be right here live reacting to them, so stay tuned for that.
I will be on the other side of the Atlantic.
Oh, wow.
Actually, although in my case, it's more the other side of the Pacific.
But yeah, they went 3 weeks without Cecily. They could realistically do that again without Ego.
No, but the thing is, they'd want to use the writing staff. They tend to compile from a bunch of different places.
Yeah.
So if you don't have if you have to, if they'd want to use, they usually like to use some of the SNL staff too.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
would
they
mean
might.
that you'd be down writers for SNL, and if
Yeah.
you have a show, and it's going to be harder to get someone to host that week too if the Globes are happening.
Yeah, so they might. I might see them. I could see them pushing it back to the week after.
Or I could see them just getting someone not related to SNL to host.
Yeah. One thing I am noticing though with their with this season of Saturday Night Live is
Mm-hmm.
that they're doing like a lot of weeks in a row. Like they took one break.
Yeah, that's what they usually do. They do 3 weeks and then they take a week off, and then they do another 3 weeks and take
But
a
they're
week
not
off.
doing that this year. They took like 1 week off.
Yeah, they did 3 weeks and then they took off a week, and then they're coming back to
Yeah.
do another. They're on week
3.
number 2. There's going to be one more week, I think, after this, and then they take another break because
Yeah.
it'll be just time for Thanksgiving.
Who do you think's gonna be Who do you think is hosting next week?
I have been wrong so far on all of it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
thinking
we got wrong
maybe.
information.
I'm thinking it might be someone from the Black Panther cast. I am going to say probably either. We got 4 options, really, I think. Lupita Nyong'o, Denai Guerrero. I think maybe Denai because she lives in New York.
Yeah.
So Lupita Nyong'o, Denai Guerrero, Angela Bassett, or Winston Duke. I don't see it being Letitia.
Yeah. I do think though Lupita is probably what's gonna happen.
But the thing is, though, Denai lives in New York, which which does make it easier.
I again I know that, but what I'm trying to say is Lupita.
No, because the London premiere is that week.
Yeah. Oh.
So
It's possible they get someone from Spirited that does come out that week. You have Will Ferrell, which is a possibility. Ryan Reynolds.
Will Ferrell or Octavia Spencer would really be your only options because I don't know if Ryan Reynolds is actually ever going to host again.
He might.
I mean, he's made a cameo.
Yeah.
But because of the head writer is his ex-wife's husband.
Yeah, that might be too awkward. But yeah, it's probably gonna be Will Ferrell, but I would love to see Octavia Spencer host again.
No, I could see them waiting and holding them until closer to Christmas.
Oh yeah, true.
Do a whole tie-in with Spirited and the holidays.
Yeah.
But I'm stupid.
Listening.
Daniel Craig. Let someone from the Glass Onion cast. I would say Daniel, probably either Daniel Craig or Leslie Odom Jr.
I think it's probably gonna be Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig loves going there. He made a couple sketch appearances in the Rami Malek episode.
Yeah, and didn't he appear on somebody else's episode too?
Yeah, he did. So he loves doing it.
Yeah,
like I believe he told an interview once that he would drop everything just to go back to host again. So
I could see them. Someone from that cast is going to host, but you have so many options because I could see them getting Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's going to be another. I think it'll be another first-time host.
Yeah, I was looking up like what comes out that week,
mm-hmm.
and there's a lot they could pick from. First off, Lindsay Lohan's an option for. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it's out there. Just then you have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which we already talked about.
I'm pretty sure that's the one they're going to go for.
But they also have the Fablemans as an option, which is probably going to be more towards Oscar season.
I was about to say that's going to be more their like January award season pick. They'll probably get like a Michelle Williams or something to come and do the show.
Yeah. There's My Father's Dragon, which has a few interesting picks they can pick from. Julie Greer, Gaten Maziano, Whoopi Goldberg, Ian McShane.
Oh,
she's not.
I don't think Whoopi would do it, but because Whoopi's also producing Till.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a 1-2 promotion there. So maybe, but I don't think so. Judy Greer would then also have Reboot to push as well. And Halloween Ends. She's got like 3 different movies.
Yeah.
Halloween Ends is a Peacock movie.
Yeah, exactly. Spirited, which I already mentioned.
Yeah.
Is this black enough for you? Which I don't know what that means.
I'm leaning more towards Wakanda Forever or Knives Out.
And Paradise City, which is not happening.
I'm leaning more towards it being Knives Out. Wait. Let me look at the calendar. Give me a second. I'm pulling up calendar.
Oh,
Okay,
and
so we're here. We have. I think we get 2 more shows.
yeah, I think so too.
I think it's gonna be 2 more shows. Then they're gonna take a couple weeks off.
I think 11 is going. The week of the 11th is going to be a first time host, and then the last one's going to be someone who's hosted before, but not as many times.
Um, you
Like
know,
I
who's
just
the host inevitably in February.
yeah
Paul Rudd.
yeah I think that's going to
That's
happen,
gonna be his makeup for the 5th.
and I hope they go all out for him because he really deserves another chance at
I
it.
am certain they will. Also, because we know he'll be in New York because he's gonna have because they start shooting the new season of Only Murders in January.
Yeah, so there you
And
go.
he lives in New York, but like he's already gonna be there anyway.
Yeah, um, there's 2 people I'm considering in the week of the 18th. Actually, 3,
Wait, no.
4. I take that
You
back.
know who's gonna host again in November? Who has
Who?
a documentary that just came out? Selena Gomez.
Oh, that's
Also, because then that gives you that final awards push for winter award season for season 2 of Only Murders in the Building.
there you go. Um, yeah, for the week of the 18th, I have 4 options.
Okay.
Amy Adams for Disenchanted. She has mentioned she wanted to host again. So
Yeah.
Anya Taylor Joy for The Menu,
Okay.
or Nicholas Holt. I'll make it 5, but Nicholas
Okay.
Holt could be a possibility.
Are we not going to include Patrick Dempsey?
Oh, Patrick Dempsey, but I think Amy Adams is the most.
No, dude.
Or Maya Rudolph.
Wait, I was about to say if they get someone from Disenchanted, it's going to be Maya Rudolph.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
There's no way they don't get Maya.
Another person who has there's 2 other people who have movies coming out that said they want to host again. Carrie Mulligan, or She Said. But that again, that's more towards the Oscar season. But still, she's someone who said, "I want to host again."
Yeah.
And they might be able to get Timothy Chalamet this week, but not probably because I know they start filming the Bob Dylan biopic in January, so they might try to get Timothy now while they can.
Yeah. And I think if they get Timothy, it's going to depend on who the musical guest is too, though.
Yeah, but
And they could get him in December.
Yeah. If they do another first time host, Jeremy Pope, his movie comes out that week, The Inspection.
But
I said that's if they do another.
Also Daniel Radcliffe might host at some point this month.
Yeah.
Because the Weird Al movie it just came out yesterday.
Yeah. Are we talking about SNL? We talked about so many things so far in the past hour and a half.
We're kind of all over the place now, but SNL does factor into the award season push because a lot of times someone will come on in January and then they go on to win the Oscar come March. So, who's the award season push this year who's going to come on in January and win in March?
That was an interesting choice. One thing I want to mention, and then we'll go back to talking about awards push. I do expect David Harbour to host in December.
Oh, yep.
That's definitely happening for sure.
Correct.
And he's another person who's like, I need to host again. I want to host again.
And he lives in New York, so it's easier too. It's not like they have to fly someone out and put them up in a hotel for a week to host because he's already going to be there.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like this award season all over the place.
Okay, well, here's another question. With the award season push talk, is there a certain individual who's potentially got 2 roles he could be nominated for supporting actor in going to pull double duty before the end of the year?
Harry Styles? No.
I could see him pulling it double duty before the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually... Again, he's probably busy, obviously, but I'm
thinking more in December. No, because his LA residency ends on the 15th of November.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he's there.
So I don't think it would be
too far
November, but I think he could be a December.
Yeah. I could see Jenna Ortega hosting sometime this month for promotion for Wednesday. I would love that.
I think, though, if that's the case, we're more likely to get Fred Armisen.
Well,
because Fred Armisen is playing Fester.
But he has an idea, though. It could be like one of those cases. You know how Steve Martin Shorts wanted to let Selena Gomez host? I could easily see Fred Armisen being like, she should host. Let her have a chance to shine. I'll make a cameo here and there.
Yes, but also he's it's a different relationship
No, I know that, but I'm
we have
saying
with
though,
Selena. So I think it was like if we knew they had that same kind of closeness, they probably would. But I think they go with the person who's already in New York and in house
yeah,
because he also still is on Seth Meyers.
yeah. Some people think that Anne Hathaway is hosting next week for Armageddon time.
If Anne Hathaway hosted, I would die of happiness.
I think that's a
You
possibility.
know who I would love to see host, who I know is never going to do it because of how they work?
Who?
Jeremy Strong.
Oh yeah, that's never happening. But I would love to.
Because that would not work with his who he is, but I would love to see it.
Another person that would never do it, but I would love to see happening from the same cast, Anthony Hopkins.
Oh no,
I think
Anthony
that would
Hopkins.
be such an iconic episode.
No, I think he 1,000% would do it if they asked him to.
Maybe they did. Maybe, who knows? We're gonna see tomorrow night. I'm gonna literally sit through the first half of Amy Schumer's show just so I know who's hosting a musical guest next week. Yes, I know, but hey, I can have it on mute and then get excited when they announce who's coming.
Here's the thing, I don't like Amy Schumer, but she is usually pretty good on SNL.
Past the monologue.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute the monologue, but Taylor Swift, I think, is too busy to perform midnights.
Yeah,
but
but
because of her chart domination, and it was because she was already scheduled to be on the Graham Norton show on Friday in person. It wouldn't surprise me though if maybe she's next week's musical guest.
that's probably what's happening. I just hope they have
Especially since after next week, her tickets will have gone on sale for her tour. So
Yeah.
it's perfect promotion. Also because our buddy Joey B is cracking down on Ticketmaster through legislation.
Yeah. One thing I want to say, like Johnny Majors hosted last time Taylor performed.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with her, she needs. I don't want to say like a more experienced host, but maybe someone that isn't their first time.
Well, I think also part of the problem was what she was performing.
Yeah.
And because she did the 10-minute all too well, and everyone was just anticipating that.
Yeah. I think that's what it is too. I feel like if you're gonna have Taylor perform, she needs a more
Taylor and Ryan Reynolds, because
There you
they're
go.
BFFs.
that
And I
that's-
don't think she'd overshadow him
exactly.
because if you're gonna get Taylor,
I'm concerned.
that was the theory for October for when Jack Harlow hosted, or before he was announced. The theory was that Taylor was going to be the double dutying. Then I don't think they're going to have another double duty again until December if they have one.
Yeah, because they just did 2 in a row with Megan Thee Stallion.
I don't think we're getting a third that quickly, even though she would be a repeat host.
Yeah, but I think she's more likely to be a musical guest.
But yeah, I could see her with a Ryan Reynolds, or quite frankly, I know you suggested Anya Taylor-Joy as a host. They were also, but the problem is if both of them are there, it's also them promoting Amsterdam, which we'd rather not do because both were in Amsterdam. So I say we find someone else, like a Ryan Reynolds.
Again, a lot of movies come out that week that they can easily choose from. So
yeah,
the possibilities are legit endless.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just imagine Lindsay Lohan, Taylor Swift? That would be.
Or they just choose someone for fun. They just choose someone who just wants to host for the sake of hosting. Like the last time they had Charles Barkley, he had nothing to promote. They just brought him on because they could.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins, Taylor Swift would be an epic episode. Can you imagine?
Listen, Anthony Hopkins would be fun, but I want somebody else to host with Taylor. I do think she would still overshadow him.
Yeah.
It needs to be someone who's big and showy and can dominate.
Quinta hasn't. It's rumored that she was going to.
Yeah, Quinta was rumored for the beginning of the year. She's one I could see maybe towards the end of Abbott's season, because usually when Abbott Element, so like come April or May, they're done producing and shooting season 2 and it's wrapping up, like airing, I bet
Yeah.
they have her come on closer to the finale, because then also she won't have to do as much work on the post-production stuff because she's done with all of that, because they've already shot it and edited it. They just
Yeah.
have to air it.
And also, when she's not busy doing the, she's probably
Exactly.
one of the
The
busiest.
writer's room probably starts up again in like June-ish. So having her host in like somewhere between March and May.
Yeah, like we talked about the rumors. Like I'm not surprised Quentin didn't host. I'm not surprised Taylor didn't host. They were busy, but I'm surprised Marisha Hargitay. I'm surprised that rumor never came to light. It's not
Well,
like
there was a rumor that Mariska Hargitay was going to do it with what's his name? With
Kristen.
Maloney.
That would have been awesome.
But I don't think so.
I don't
Also,
think.
they're so busy.
Yeah, I believe they're filming.
Oh.
Till,
I've got the pairing. I know what's going to happen. Or there's
Yeah.
two potential.
later
Host either way is Daniel Radcliffe. And then either Weird Al is the music artist or Taylor's the music artist.
I think it's probably gonna be either Taylor. I think
Well, but I think Weird Al would make sense though, because it's for the Weird Al movie.
I know, but they haven't done like something like that in a long time.
Exactly. Bring it back. He's Weird Al. Everyone loves Weird Al Yankovic.
But I would love a Weird Al Yankovic musical.
What a Weird Al host, even.
Yeah, that's
What?
someone I want to see double duty.
I mean, Daniel makes more sense because he actually lives in New York City. But like,
Yeah.
a Weird Al host, that would be fun.
Yeah,
Also,
why not?
or like, I don't know, let Lin-Manuel Miranda host again.
Yeah,
He's got nothing to promote at the moment yet. He might, because he's involved with the new Little Mermaid.
yeah.
He might come on later. Oh, speaking
That's
of,
Halle Bailey, though.
is
I'm
it?
pretty sure she.
No, that's
I'm
going
pretty
to be
sure-
Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, I actually have Melissa McCarthy predicted towards the end of the season.
I think
I
it's
have her
going to be
being the season
Melissa
finale.
McCarthy.
I have her as the season finale.
All right, but yeah, point is, there's so many potentials.
Yeah, I believe I actually have Helen Mirren host towards the end of May because she has the Fast and Furious movie, and I know who I would want to
Mirren?
get out of that cast, but
But
it's
I
never
don't-
gonna happen.
No.
I would love to see Rita Moreno host, but that's never happening again.
Who?
Rita Moreno.
What is she in?
Um, no, I seriously have it down. It's just she was in that movie My Father's Dragon I just mentioned. She's also in the Fast and Furious movie coming up.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but that's something I would love.
You never know. They had Betty White host when she was in her 90s. Or
True.
no, she was in her late 80s.
But that's still pretty close enough.
I-
Half a years old is pretty close enough.
But also, like, Rita is like still as spry and as
Yeah.
they come. So
She
no,
definitely-
actually out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I would love to see that happen, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I have kind of an out there prediction because I think it's coming back over the summer. Someone from the cast, specifically Maitri Ramakrishnan for Never Have I Ever.
Oh yeah, that's someone. Yeah,
I think when that comes out in the spring, I think even if it's over the summer, I think she's going to end up hosting.
yeah, I can see that happening.
Because it's the final season. She also was in the Pixar movie. She's got a Netflix rom-com. She's got a Netflix movie she's working on, I believe, with Henry Golding.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think she's a strong possibility.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities.
I would like to see her. Let's go with that. I would like to see it. Oh, The Weeknd is definitely going to host sometime next year.
Yeah,
When
I
when
believe the show
I-
comes out in March.
in theory, remember, it was supposed to come out in November, and then they had
Yeah.
to do months of reshoots, and now it got pushed again. So
What
should
year?
the show ever come out? I don't think so, unless you get Olivia Colman.
I want Olivia Colman to host so damn badly.
Wait, she might host when Secret Invasion comes out
Oh, yes, I'm hoping.
because it's a Marvel project. I could see them because it's between that and Empire Light and Heartstopper. I think they could get Olivia Colman.
I would love that to happen so
She
badly.
would be such a fun host. I don't know if she'd necessarily be good, but it would be fun. I feel like she'd be like Adele as a host.
Yeah. You know who she could be like true? Phoebe Waller Bridge.
No, I think she'd be more like Adele. Because Phoebe Waller Bridge is much more like contained in a way. Like she's funny. Olivia feels much bolder and like
Yeah.
it she just reminds me more of like an Adele host.
True, fair enough. But yeah, I would love that to happen. My God, that needs to happen like
She's
yesterday.
probably the most likely of the Heartstopper cast, also because so much of that cast is really young and they try not to get they don't really go for the really young ones anymore.
Let, let
Except
me
for
look up.
the exception of like Billie Eilish.
Um, she was 18.
Exactly. They try and go because it's
He's 18 too. Who she just mentioned in the chat.
yeah, but he's
He's
still
kind of someone who's showing up in other movies, other TV shows. But
he's
I
still
think,
just small enough a name.
but I think out of the two, Joe Locke is probably the most likely because he's in that new Agatha series.
But that's not coming out until late winter 23.
But what I'm saying though is, I think out of the two Heartstopper casts,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably most likely because she did say next
Oh,
season on her question. So
Lin Manuel Miranda's hosting in December. Here's why. Final season of His Dark Materials comes out.
I forgot about that show. I forgot that show ever
I
existed.
bet they get him to host because he's got other stuff he's been working on too. But I think that is probably a good time for them to get him.
Yeah.
And again, he's New York based, and I've noticed that they have been starting to go for more. I mean, they tend to go for the people who they know are going to be in New York when they would like him
Yeah.
to host.
Yeah.
Especially around the December time of year, they tend to go for the New York based celebrities.
Yasha Finley because of Doctor Who.
I've never even heard of her.
I know the name. I
Listen,
believe she's in a bunch of other stuff too.
here's the thing. I don't think it's going to happen this year. Part of the problem is Doctor Who's not quite as big in the US. Like it's big in the US, but it's not
yet.
Not yet.
It's going on Disney Plus.
Give it after the Barbie movie comes out. In September, whenever the SNL comes back, the Barbie movie will have come out that summer. We'll have the new season of Doctor Who have come out. Nakuti is going to host, I bet. Between Barbie and Doctor Who, I think Nakuti will be one of the first hosts of the next season.
Okay, she's exactly who I thought it was. Okay. She was also in Heartstopper, but she's also appearing in Doctor Who. She's appearing in a bunch of other stuff.
But yeah, I think Lin-Manuel Miranda probably in December. Also because he's a New Yorker.
Yeah.
I don't think the problem is Heartstopper's not as big enough show to get someone on SNL.
I do think Joe Locke is a possibility next season for Agatha.
I think Agatha's winter of 24. They haven't even started shooting it yet.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, considering she said next season, I think that's a possibility.
Yes. Now I think Catherine Hahn, might be a November one because she's also in the Knives Out. And
that's probably what's going to happen.
And then they get her before they start shooting the Agatha series.
Yeah.
Although Aubrey Plaza could host too.
I would love Aubrey Plaza.
I mean, she could host at any point between White Lotus and Agatha.
Yeah. But Jennifer Coolidge.
I think we're more likely. Jennifer Coolidge is a little bit one note. That was the problem.
I don't care. I want her to host. That would just be a fun disaster to watch.
I know the ones that aren't one note. I don't want a disaster. Remember, I have a friend who writes for the show.
I know, but still, I think it would be so much fun.
I want my friend to have good stuff to write.
But I do want Jennifer Coolidge in a sketch, and when she's a cameo with Chloe Fineman's Jennifer Coolidge. I want those two.
At some point in the next 2 years, we are supposed to get a Legally Blonde sequel.
So there you go.
In which case, then she can make a cameo, and you have Chloe Fineman doing her Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, there you go. That could be fun.
Because she does a good Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah. Well, she does a good any impression. Like, her impressions are usually pretty spot.
Some of them are her Timothy Chalamet's hit or miss.
Yeah. That's something she needs to work on.
But her Reese, she does a really good Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah. Oh, Timothy Chalamet does host in November. Chloe Fineman's Timothy Chalamet, and and then him interacting. That could be a fun sketch.
Except for the fact they could have done that the last time he hosted.
Oh yeah,
He
I'm
was on the show then.
yeah. I'm sorry. The season during the pandemic, not the at home, but during the pandemic's kind of semi blurred to me. So forgive me on
It
that.
was before the pandemic.
No, Timothy Chalamet hosted during the pandemic.
Wait, he did?
20, he hosted December 2020.
I thought it was December 29th. Oh, yeah, because Dune had just come out.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting back to the Globes.
Oh, yeah.
We already talked about them.
Okay,
We went
so
through
here's
both
the thing.
TV and
We
movies.
ended up on SNL because of the fact that we were discussing who might be hosting the Globes.
Yeah.
Matthew started listing a bunch of SNL people who could host the Globes, and then we kind of devolved into an SNL conversation. Moral of the story is I'm pretty sure it's either going to be Keke Palmer or Amber Ruffin hosting the Globes, and our nominations have changed a lot. Matthew needs to think through them. I've mostly figured out mine at this point in time.
My drama TV categories especially needs the most work.
I just put it
Because
to us and then we're good to go.
I'll say this because I don't think she was here when we did this. We
Mhm.
took out the crown for the most part. We still have Elizabeth Debicki, but we took out most of the
And
crown.
Leslie Manville.
And Leslie Manville, but we took out most of the crown at this point.
Because the reviews
Are not good.
they're bad.
She's great. Like the reviews are saying Debicki's great, but the
I have a question about comedy that I just thought of.
what?
Could Tatiana Maslany get in?
Oh yeah, for She-Hulk?
Could Tatiana Maslany get in? I don't think the show gets nominated, but I think Maslany could get nominated, but I don't know who I'd take out to put in Maslany.
Comedy actress is very
I
interesting.
think if I do it, I'd take out Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
But Selena Gomez had so much good content. But I also love the line, Hulk smashes like things. I smash fourth walls and sometimes Matt Murdock.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention in the comedy actress, I think it's either going to be Jenna Ortega for Wednesday or Selena Gomez for.
I think it's going to be Selena Gomez because she's a bit more established in a
But
bigger team.
but what I'm saying though, I think it's going to be one or the other. I don't think it's going to be both. Is what I'm trying to say.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be Selena Gomez, also because
I have Jenna Ortega, but
I
respectfully disagree.
Selena because she had so much good stuff this past season.
I
And we
had-
haven't seen, here's the thing: nobody's seen Wednesday. We don't know if Wednesday is good yet. We don't know. I know
Yeah.
Selena didn't get in last year, but she had so much more this season because there was the whole episode with her, and when you find out like her, like basically how she is the way she is, she had so much more to do this season.
Yeah.
Than last season. Cat, shut up. Sorry, my cat started being annoying.
It's fine. Both of my cats are asleep.
Well, she was asleep and she just got up. I would turn it, but truly, my room, it looks like a bomb went off.
Mine too, so that's why I only showed my bed.
Oh no, yours is far better than mine.
Yeah. But yeah, is comedy on the movie side, comedy on the TV side. They're both probably the most interesting set of categories we have this year. Because there's definitely a lot of possibilities. And supporting, yeah.
Not so much on the limited series side of things, but on the comedy drama side of things.
There's definitely a lot of things that could happen, and
I don't know anymore. I'm just I don't normally do predictions. The fact that I even have predictions is against like
you chose to go on my channel with me.
Yes, but I go on your channel without predictions most of the time.
You've gone to the dark side. I apologize for bringing you to the dark side.
I normally don't do predictions until I know because the way I normally do it is I only predict winners. I don't predict who's going to get nominated because I'm usually very bad at predicting the nominations, but I'm very good at predicting winners.
Yeah. I think Dahmer could win here.
I think Evan Peters is going to win, but I do not think the show is going to win, but I do have the show in my nominations.
I don't have the show in my nominations, and I had that before the controversy.
Have you not learned to not underestimate Ryan Murphy?
No, I will never. Basically, me underestimating Ryan Murphy is the equivalent of keep running into a brick wall.
The definition of insanity. Yeah.
Same thing over and over again.
Same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
It's weird that I don't have Dahmer and Sears, even though I have both Niecy Nash and Evan Peters. It's
Yes,
the
you make
Globes that nominate
yes.
Ratchet.
You put Ryan Murphy's name on something and they will nominate it, which is why I have Dahmer in, even though I refuse to watch it.
Do I take out George and Tammy though? That's the question.
Yes, because I think George and Tammy's going to be one of those that's acting only.
All right, fine. I'll put in
Because here's the
Darwin.
thing: the Showtime shows usually win the acting awards. They don't get in series
Yeah,
necessarily.
I do think. Question
Wait,
is
let me.
Jessica.
Chastain's getting in.
No, Jessica Chastain versus Amanda Seyfried. That's gonna be an interesting battle.
Oh, it's also going to depend on if White Lotus is considered a limited series or not.
That is true, but I currently have it eliminated for now, just until I hear
I do
otherwise.
as well. If it's not in limited, I think Aubrey Plaza might win supporting actress over Cheryl.
Here's the one thing I've noticed with the Globes, like Luther, for example, has the same main character, but it's like different every
What is
season.
it?
Luther with Idris Elba.
Oh, yeah.
I'm using this as an example because they
Well,
kept
wasn't
it
he
a
in?
mini series, even though it had the same main character.
Well, it's kind of like how Sherlock. It was always nominated as a TV movie because the episodes were so long and they only did 3 of them at a time.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is with the Globes, I think they're going to keep White Lotus and limited, just because again that's what they usually do.
Mm-hmm. Watch
And
them
I
split it all up, and Taron Egerton ends up like Blackbird somehow suddenly ends up sweeping.
honestly, I would laugh. It would deserve it. I saw her. Taryn Edgerton would be more than deserving of that award, but
Yeah.
I think it'll be comedy. It's actually drama at the Globes. I mean, at the Emmys.
What, Blackbird?
No, she was talking about oh God, the White Lotus, Cicely.
Oh. Because you can be an anthology. Yeah, because that was why I think it's still going to be, because I think it's just going to be more like an anthology series
Yeah,
where you can, or kind of like, there was the one Elizabeth Moss was in. It was the top of the
top
lake.
of the lake.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like that, where it's like the same character, but like it's a different story, different setting. The rest of the characters don't
Completely
overlap with the
different.
first season.
Like Murray Bartlett's not even there.
Exactly. Well, because they kind of sort of killed him.
I know, but still. But you still
I
get my
mean, he's
point.
still going to be there. He's just not going to be there.
Yeah.
The show.
Yeah.
He's got his other show.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be nominated for Welcome Chippendales.
Although there's so many people in that show that it might not necessarily be him, but we haven't seen, no one's seen the show yet.
Yeah.
So, because you've got Murray Bartlett, you've got Dan Stevens, you've got Robin DeJesus.
Robin De Jesus was robbed, goddammit, for Tick Tick Boom.
He was. I'm pretty sure Andrew
So
Rannells is supposed to be in it.
yes, he's in it too.
So, like, there's lots of options for who it could be.
Yeah. Spencer Boldman, who's like they're gonna be playing the Chippendales best dancer they have ever had. So I don't know. There's definitely a lot of possibilities, but I think that Marley Bartlett, because he's playing the
I think
choreographer, is gonna help
uh,
stand out.
I think Dan Stevens could be a surprise nomination, though.
I would be okay with that.
Oh,
Dan
Robin
Stevens
DeJesus.
deserves to be recognized in
I
general.
like Dan Stevens. He seems like a nice guy.
But I'm saying though he deserves to be recognized more than
I
he
know.
is.
That's part of what I'm saying, because I like it when the nice guys are recognized. And he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Tick Tick Boom was robbed in a bunch of categories, especially Robin DeJesus.
Yeah. But that's another conversation.
Mike Feist was robbed.
Yeah.
Justice for supporting actors in musicals from last year.
Yeah. But
Actually,
yeah.
in general, justice for musicals last year.
Yeah, that was a bad.
Specifically, justice for In the Heights.
Yeah, poor In the Heights.
And Olga Merediz. Olga Merediz deserved better.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really confident predicting Dead to Me in series comedy.
I'm not putting it in series. I'm only putting in Applegate.
It's just because I don't have any other show that's that strong.
But they didn't nominate the first 2 seasons.
I know, but that's because they didn't really have room that year.
But there's not really room this. There's good shows, so many good shows this year.
But there's only four ones we're sure of, and then that fifth spot is wonky.
Well, Abbott, The Bear, Hacks, Only Murders. Listen, Barry could get in there again. They could nominate Mrs. Maisel for the 8,000th time.
I know. That's what I'm
Like
saying.
I think a show that's been nominated before is more likely to get in than that show.
I might do that. I don't know. Yeah, the prom didn't get nominated in costumes. It definitely just got.
No, the costumes were kind of lazy.
Makeup and hairstyling. Yeah, I can at least see
But
that.
what else was nominated that year in that category? Because that was
James, thank you for bringing back James Corden flashbacks. I appreciate it.
here's the thing. I liked James Corden in Into the Woods and the 5 minutes he's in Begin Again. Before he was oversaturated and we really knew who he was, I didn't mind him. He was decent. Now because he's in Hollywood, he's miscast in everything. The problem is, like, I think he could be fine in certain things, but they're not casting him as such.
Yeah, I agree with that. James
Now he can, though, go back to the UK and stay silent for a few years so that we all forget about him.
James Corden for the fucking prom. I will never ever forget that.
And they could have nominated Nicole.
So many.
Andrew Rannells was the best part of that whole movie.
Nope. What else they kind of nominated?
Andrew Rannells was the best part of that whole movie.
Leslie Odom Jr. for Hamilton. They nominated Lin-Manuel Miranda, but they couldn't.
Well, they went with Lin-Manuel Miranda because Lin-Manuel Miranda is the big name.
But they couldn't nominate Leslie Odom Jr.
Yes, but they wanted Lin-Manuel Miranda to be in the audience.
Yeah. But there's just so many other people, good people they couldn't nominate.
Exactly. But they want to schmooze with the big names, which is why they go with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah. Do you think they might get him to present Best Song?
Yeah.
Andrew and Ariana should get it at the Globes. I don't even remember Ariana's role in the prom.
Andrew Garfield and Ariana DeBose both won.
No,
Oh, Andrew Rannells and Ariana. Ariana DeBose was okay in the film. She wasn't great. Yeah. Nicole Kidman and Andrew Rannells were by far the best. Keegan-Michael Key was great in the film too.
No.
But those three like carried the film. Meryl wasn't bad, but it felt like she was acting in a different movie than everybody else.
I'm still surprised they stumped her though. I'm still like, I get why she didn't deserve.
They had to nominate Kate Hudson.
Oh my god, music! Thanks for that.
I would have rather them nominated Meryl Streep for the prom than nominate Kate Hudson.
That's the whole reason why I started my.
Okay, Nicole Kidman was having fun with her tambourine and tap shoes in that movie. She said in so many interviews how she was happy to have a movie where she got to smile and her character wasn't down in the dumps, depressed the whole time. Like, she was having fun, and I think we should reward her for having fun for a change.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Give the woman a rom-com for Pete's sake.
I'm trying to see what else they nominated that year. Yeah, they nominated Kate Hudson and Michelle Pfeiffer for French Accent.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Anya Taylor-Joy for Emma, which I actually probably
that one made sense.
That probably would have been my winner. What they got? Maria Bakalova and.
I have a question going back to the TV side of the Globes.
Yeah.
The show From Scratch.
Oh yeah, I had Zoe Saldana in Limited Actress for a while.
The thing is it a limited series?
That's why
it's a drama limited series. I think Zoe Saldana could still get in.
Yeah.
I don't know who to take out, but especially because the TV side is not the comedy side, but the TV drama unlimited side is lacking the diversity that they were called out for not having before.
Yeah, the whole cast looked high in the prom. Yeah, they actually kind of did.
They were having fun.
They were having fun.
I'll be honest with you. It is one of my guilty pleasure movies because it's fun. The soundtrack is fun. It's also one of my favorite stage musicals I've seen because it's so much fun in person.
Yeah.
I think it's so it's either going to be Julia Garner or Zoe Saldana, but not both.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Witherspoon is behind from scratch.
Yeah, I think.
So it could be if they nominate from scratch, then they're able to get Reese Witherspoon in the room.
Yeah, which is something they would definitely would want to do. And they could have Reese Witherspoon present the category. Or
No,
present one of the
they usually
movies.
have the producer present too. Reese Witherspoon would probably be there either way. What if they nominate her for the morning show?
The Emmys did. Why the fuck not? Let's just say drama actress, there's definitely the room for her. Let's just say that. I think Zoe could also host because of Avatar. She
I
did
think
host before.
we're more likely to see Michelle Yeoh
Yeah,
because there's also the School of Good and Evil and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
yeah, I would agree with that. Segoya Weaver is never going to host again, but that's someone I would love to see come back.
She could. She might. You never know.
Yeah.
But I think we'd be more likely to see. I don't think Zoe is out of the realm of possibility. Oh, also because there's the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special too. So Zoe in December. You know, the School of Good and Evil was entertaining. That doesn't mean it was good, but it was, and I was entertained.
Yeah.
Also, because I'd read the books, because I used to work at a bookstore, and it was very different from the books. But
I haven't seen it yet.
It's not good necessarily, but I was entertained.
So I would love it. So I would absolutely love it because I love bad
and
movies.
It's Paul Feig, so
I love bad movies. I don't care what anyone says.
I was entertained.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure what Kerry Washington and Charlize Theron were doing there, but I was entertained.
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh was also like one of the few like actual good things in that movie, but she's in it for a whole 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, something interesting I wanted to mention real quick, and then we'll wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Gold Derby for limited actress. Keep in mind it's also a TV movie. They actually have as a possibility Sarah Jessica Parker for Hocus Pocus 2, but not Bette Midler or Kathy.
Because Bette Midler's got problems.
Yeah. But I just found that interesting.
She's not happy. First of all,
she's not happening. I didn't say she was.
None of them are going to happen.
But here's one thing I want to say: if if they are legit considering adding, if they legit add Sarah Jessica Parker, then maybe they should add Amy Adams because I think it's going straight to Disney Plus. It's not airing.
It is going straight to Disney Plus.
I don't think they would nominate her.
She has been nominated. She was nominated for the first one.
True, so I think she might be a possibility. The problem is limited actress might be a little harder for her to get in.
Because limited actress is strong. But the thing is, to this last comment that they'd probably be in comedy feature if it's submitted, it's only going to be on Disney Plus. It's not airing in theaters at all.
If it was airing in theaters.
Although they did put Hamilton in the movie category, even though it never aired in theaters.
Yeah.
I think
they have to make an exception for that because that was during the pandemic. They couldn't really.
No, because they had the option because it was eligible at the Emmys. The Oscars said it wasn't eligible, even though they were doing screeners, streaming only for that too. So it was just the Globes being Globesy because they wanted to nominate Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I will say, if Disenchanted is eligible in comedy feature, I might add Amy Adams, the comedy actress. I might.
I don't know who I would take out then, though.
I thought the Globes didn't have that rule with theaters.
The Globes,
they
will announce if they're putting something that's not being considered elsewhere as a certain thing. And they will announce it beforehand.
Their rule is it has to be screened to members.
Not anymore, though.
Not anymore. I'm trying to explain. That used to be their rule. It just had to be screened to them. And then they were able to decide from there where it goes.
Yeah, because then the other problem is, too, then with the movies on streaming, how do you differentiate what's a TV movie versus what's being considered a feature movie?
Yeah, so I believe they added that it has to be in theaters, even if it's just New York and LA.
Because then, although then that would put Fire Island in question because it didn't go in theaters.
No, it didn't.
So then
But here's the thing: I could see Disney easily being like, yeah, okay, we'll put it in a couple theaters, and then boom, it's
I
eligible.
mean, there's a good chance they'll probably do a couple theaters for Disenchanted anyway.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, Disenchanted is a high possibility for comedy actress. I need to make that clear, not comedy picture.
And also, despite what Gold Derby and literally everyone else is saying, Netflix is campaigning Adam Sandler and Hustle as drama
Drama.
because
It
they
is not
formed
a
is
comedy
a
performance.
drama. It's not a comedy. Netflix is insisting it is a drama, and I am with Netflix on this one.
Me
Tis a
too.
drama. And there's also they're doing a bunch of screenings in LA of Hustle in
Yes.
theaters in different areas. They're doing a bunch of Q&As. They are pushing Sandler
Yeah.
for the nominations.
I hope he gets nominated. Thank God, I was scared Paramount was gonna say fuck it and submit the live action Monster High. Um, I do think, and we talked about this at the actually at the very beginning of the stream. We definitely think a musical is going to get in, and we're both predicting RRR right now as that musical. But I do think a musical in some way, shape, or form will be nominated as the fifth spot. I think Babylon, Banshees, Everywhere, Everything All at Once, and Glass Onion, those are safe. You guys don't have to worry about that. Those four are locked.
But the last spot, which is going to go to a musical, your options pretty much are probably going to be RRR, Matilda, or Spirited. And
Or
I'm leaning towards RRR.
yeah, or Pinocchio.
Eh,
Pinocchio some is a
but there's a
movie.
whole, but they do have the whole stigma of like nominating animated movies outside of animated
They
categories.
also have them with foreign films too. So if we're
Yeah,
concerned,
but
RRR.
RRR seems to be ascending. That versus Pinocchio, where they're going to be like, this is very good, but it's also an animated movie.
Yeah.
Because mind you, they did give. Well, oh no, they didn't really give Parasite a bunch of awards,
No, they nominated three and only gave it international film.
which is shame on. Oh yeah, because they had to go up Tarantino's ass.
To quick note on that, I'm not Bardo. Sorry, Roma got director and international film just for a reference.
Because it had Netflix. It did have Netflix behind it.
But what I'm saying though is, it's just RRR
RRR
is
is a
indeed
Bollywood.
a big
It's
giant musical.
it is a big giant Bollywood musical.
It is 3 hours and people are loving it.
Like I truly have not talked to or met a single person who saw it and wasn't obsessed with it.
So it's a possibility,
It's coming. Tis coming.
like Christmas. But yeah, I think this is a good place to wrap up.
We've recapped. I think time for the send off.
We cover our movie predictions, our TV predictions, our
Our
Saturday Night
SNL
Live prediction,
predictions.
and Matilda in that musical spot. Yeah, that's a
That's what I had
possibility.
originally, but I think RRR,
Um,
because the studio behind RRR doesn't have as much to push, unlike Netflix, who is primarily who's pushing so many other projects
I do
first.
have the
They
actress.
really,
Sorry, I
oh,
also
I
have
saw
the. I also have the actress, or had the actress that was.
I had her. I do not have her anymore.
I do have to put her. I do have to find a different spot for her. Like I gotta put. I might put in Amy Adams. Screw it. I need
Um,
someone in there.
well, I have two of my five. I have to double check. I just shouldn't have closed my list. It's loading. I have. Oh, I put in Anya Taylor Joy.
Okay, yeah, that's
Because I also still have Regina Hall in.
yeah. Um, they could also put Thomas and Lee for Matilda. Yeah,
It's possible. I don't know. I think
I was
the
thinking that a
problem
lot.
is Netflix is waiting so late to do anything with Matilda that I think that's hurting its chances, especially since it's not even up on their FYC page yet because they're not showing it yet. Currently, they're pushing the ones that have already come out so far with the exception of Glass Onion.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, and Matilda's not showing in theaters at all either.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I might throw in Amy Adams in there. Why not? I just want everyone to freak out over my predictions. I love chaos and mayhem.
I'm all for Amy Adams. Listen, if
Hey, me too.
I love Amy Adams. Amy Adams is fantastic, and I'm very excited for Disenchanted. It has taken them long enough.
I I was looking back at that year at the Oscars, and I think Amy Adams I would not only nominate, but I would actually give the win that year.
Oh, what else was that year?
Let me see.
Wasn't that the same year as The Devil Wears Prada?
No, that's the year before it.
Oh, okay.
Hang on one second.
Matilda might be on the FYC website, but they're not doing any screenings of it yet. All of the other movies on the FYC website, they're doing screenings for Netflix.
Okay, it was the year of Marion
Cotillard?
Yeah, Julia
Oh,
Christie.
yeah, no, she absolutely deserved that win, 100,000%.
Yeah,
Marion, not Amy Adams.
yeah. I yeah, I like who they nominated in comedy actress that year because they did nominate Amy Adams, they nominated Marion Cotillard, but they also nominated Nikki Blonsky for Hairspray and Helena Bonham Carter for Sweeney Todd, as well as Elliot Page for Juno.
Interesting.
John Travolta for Hairspray. That was a fun nomination they did.
You know, John Travolta got a lot of flack for that, but he was great. That whole movie is so much fun.
Yeah, I love Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men. I do, but I would probably get the hat to John Travolta for Hairspray.
Yeah.
Why not? It's not like my who I want is going to change history at all.
Yeah. All right. I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, I think we did too.
All right. Well, this was a good time.
This was an interesting time we had.
Indeed.
Thank you so much for joining, Caroline.
Happy to be here.
I'm gonna do another live stream at some point. I'm not sure when or what.
Well, we have about a little over a month until the Globes nominations.
There's definitely gonna be probably at least one, maybe two more. I'm just not sure.
Well, oh, keep an eye out. Starting on Monday, Entertainment Weekly's award season podcast returns.
Ooh, nice. So we'll watch
and
out.
They tend to have a lot of good insight on these things.
Yeah. Next week I'm starting my Golden Globes project, which I cover 8 different years of Golden Globes history. The first one is 1992, the year of Thelma and Louise and Beauty and the Beast.
All right.
I chose that year because there's just so many iconic movies that I just thought it'd be a good starting point. But I'm going to be talking about the Taurus and the infamous Taurus thing.
Oh.
The year of Get Out, because that a lot of interesting stuff happened with that. And of course, the 2021 Globes, which we all know is when the whole controversy started that shut them down the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely a lot to talk about.
All right.
And I also chose some fun years because I also chose the year of like I also chose the Saving Private Ryan year, the year of Mean Girls. Like, there's definitely a lot of interesting picks I chose.
All right.
And of course, I'm doing my Dance with the Stars, I guess, of course. 90s
We
night.
only have 3 more weeks.
I know, but I have at least 5 more videos planned.
Yeah, because there's 90s night, and then it's the semifinals, and then the finals, which hopefully I'll be able to go back for in person.
Well, just make sure Heidi's not there first. He might make her win.
Oh, dear Lord. I'm pretty sure Heidi's going to be gone this week, but okay.
Yeah. If Heidi stays, you're her good luck charm.
I'm not going this week.
That's good. I'm
I'm
sorry.
not. I'm literally not going again until the finale because this next week, well, I could have gotten tickets, but I cannot afford. I can't take off that time from work.
Yeah.
One to be at the studio super early, and then the next week I'm going to Harry's house.
Nice. Enjoy.
I will.
But
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
yeah, so the finale's the next time I would be able to go, and
Yeah.
hopefully I can get tickets for the finale.
Yeah. And I have 2 more videos, Dance with the Stars videos planned after
Mhm.
that. A season recap just to talk about the season as a
Mhm.
whole. And I'm gonna do cast predictions for season 32.
Already?
I'm gonna throw it out in the universe and see what the hell happens.
All right. I guess I should start thinking because I did manifest at least 2 castings this season.
Well, so there you go.
I mean, because Wayne Brady finally happened, and we did get somebody from Coda.
I still can't. I still can't.
I am shocked that I was right on that one.
Yeah, that was a big surprise in a good way, but
And he's so good. Daniel's doing such a good job.
I agree.
And he's so sweet.
I still,
Also, I'm pretty sure Shangela is going to win.
yeah, me too.
And I cannot believe I'm saying that Gleb deserves a win, but Gleb,
Yeah, I know, right? I never thought that too, but here we
as
are.
long as he doesn't fumble the freestyle,
Have someone else choreograph it for you if you
there's
need
a
to.
very good chance he does bring in an outside person. Quite
And you
frankly,
know what? I'll be okay with that if that makes
I
them.
don't. I don't care if they do, as long as they give the person credit.
Yeah, I would agree
I
with that.
don't mind, but it's when they try and claim someone else's choreography as their own.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But yeah, I'm gonna do cast predictions just to throw out there. I don't think we're getting a spring season.
No, we're not,
I
because the tour ends in March,
Yeah,
which is when the next season would begin.
but in case we do, and regardless, I still want to put them out in the universe. My predictions, anyway. So
Also, 2 seasons a year is really expensive.
yeah,
They
but
cannot afford Tyra for twice a year.
I hope Tyra goes soon.
I'm pretty sure she's contracted at least through the next season.
Me too. But at least after that, we'll get Alfonso someone better.
Yeah.
Alfonso
He's
and
not
Jordan.
doing bad this season, though.
Yeah, true. She does
think-
better with a co-host. That's for
Well, and
sure.
it helps that there's no commercial break, so she doesn't have time to go to the outfit changes. The other day when she did an outfit change, it was the things she'd been wearing in the first part of the show unzipped, and there was something else underneath it.
Yeah,
That's how they were able to pull off the outfit change. But otherwise, because there's no commercial breaks, there's no time for her to change. So
yeah,
that I think has helped her because she's more focused on the actual show, and
yeah.
she's sitting on her little stool on the side of the ballroom watching the show,
I know,
instead
right?
of coming back to some corner to go change and then coming back out.
I know, right? But yeah, I have a couple ideas already for next season. Obviously, they're gonna get some Disney stars because
I
last
am
time,
surprised we didn't have as many this time.
I know a lot. I know they had plans for a lot of them, not just the High School Musical, but they have
Yeah,
plans.
but we knew that specifically they tried to get Sophia.
Yeah, but I know they planned a few more
Mhm.
outside the show, and it just didn't work out.
The only one we ever got confirmation on though was Sophia.
And that's who's on my list.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about who I want to pair her with, who I'm going to guess for pairings.
Brandon.
I'm thinking either Brandon or Alan.
Nah, Alan's had enough of the youngins.
um,
I'm telling you, I'm putting this back out there. I want Alan and Jodie Benson.
I'm actually going to put her on my gasp list.
Because I think they would be the sweetest pairing.
Yeah.
Would be Alan and Jodie Benson. And with the Little Mermaid coming out,
Yeah.
and her being supportive of the new Little Mermaid, what better time to bring on? Now, there was a rumor that actually they did try and get Chloe and Halle.
Yeah. I don't think that was going to happen. If this was a year or two ago, if this was 2 or 3 years ago, maybe.
I'd even give you a year ago because they were both on Grownish.
Yeah.
I could see them at some point maybe getting not Yara Shahidi, the other sibling. Um, the one I think he played Marcus.
Marseille Martin, I think is.
No, she's doing big things. She runs her own. She has her own production company.
Damn.
Yeah, she's 18. She runs her own production company
Damn.
and like produces things. Like she's yeah, no. No, the one who plays the older brother.
I know who you're talking about. I
The
don't
one who
know.
plays Junior. His name's Marcus. I know that much.
Marcus Schreiber, I think is his name, something like
Something
that.
like that. I could see them getting him, especially now that he's also on Grownish.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's someone I could see them getting. You know who I could see them getting with the CW going down?
Grant
I think,
Gustin.
no, Tay Diggs.
Oh yeah, that's someone I'm surprised hasn't done it.
Well, because he's been consistently working.
Yeah.
But he does. Shonda just mentioned the other day wanting to bring back private practice.
So there you go.
So I think, and I do think there's some of them who might be coming back to Grey's Anatomy. So now would be the perfect time for them to get Tay Diggs because he's got that ABC Disney connection.
Yeah, he's kind of like Wayne Brady in a way that, like, I know he's been super busy, but still surprised he hasn't done the show yet. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like
he's
he would be a Wayne Brady type casting in the sense that,
oh yes.
no, in the sense that someone who's been working forever.
Well, also he has a
That's,
lot of this. Oh, he and Wayne Brady have a lot of overlap in like the work they've done and talents and all of
that's what I mean too. Yeah,
so I think he might be a little bit of a better dancer than Wayne Brady.
yeah,
I would love to see him with Britt,
me too. That would be a great
Tay
part.
Diggs and Britt, or Tay and Daniela.
That would be
Oh,
great.
but I think Tay and Britt would be really, really.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Um, now I gotta predict the out of nowhere. No one expects casting because we got one this year. Selma Blair was definitely no one was predicting her for a
Because
while.
we thought she was too big a name.
Exactly. So
Yeah, and
I'm trying to think.
she was too big a name.
So I gotta try to think of what that name.
Josh Duhamel or Patrick Dempsey. Wait, I could see like an. I think one of Selma's friends, I think, is going to do the show next,
Oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar. I'm pretty sure.
or Jennifer, or Ruby Rose was in the audience.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of possibilities they can go with.
And Ruby Rose has a little bit of career rehabilitation she needs to do, or
Yeah,
they need to do. Yeah, I think they're they. So there's possibilities.
yeah.
Katie Loss was in the audience. Talk about a ringer. She'd be like the not the ringer to end all ringers, but she'd be a very ringer.
She'd be pretty damn close. But yeah, there's so many.
Yeah,
I have
I'm
to legit
trying
think
to
about
think of like
this.
other shows because there's so many shows coming to an end where I could see cast members being like, "Hey, can I?" Or they'd be like, "Hey, let's try and snatch up that person for Dancing
Yeah,
with the Stars." Like, how much you want to bet one of the smaller characters on Riverdale does Dancing with the Stars?
that that would be. I
I
actually kind of would want to see that because depending on the pro, they might be able to.
I mean, here's the thing. I have a feeling most of them can dance. It's a question of, and it's going to be one of the smaller characters too. They wouldn't be able to get like a KJ Appa or a Cole Sprouse.
God, what's his name?
Casey Cox?
Drew Ray Tanner is someone. Because you just looked at me like that. Google him.
That's what I'm doing as we speak. I still have no clue who this person is.
He's over.
Maybe someone though who has also some kind of Disney connection somewhere.
Well, they don't always have to have.
I know.
Yeah.
Chad Michael Murray.
Oh, there you go.
Because a Cinderella story.
Oh yeah.
Which come the next season, that movie will be almost 30.
Jesus.
Or almost 20. I'm sorry, not almost 30, almost 20 years old.
That still makes me feel old.
July of 2004.
That still makes me feel
Okay, actually, I have a better answer for who hasn't done the show, and I'm shocked hasn't done it.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think of her name. She does Hallmark movies, and she was in Mean Girls. She played Gretchen Wieners,
Oh God, I know who you're talking about, but I don't know
and
it.
she only does Hallmark stuff now. And she's never. I don't know if they've even asked her to do Dancing with the Stars.
They've always done.
She would be perfect. I'm having to look up the cast quickly.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Quick question: how's Chrissy Carson Romero not famous enough to do Dance with the
Oh,
Stars?
Lacey Chabert.
Oh, that's. Oh yes, one of my friends mentioned her
I'm surprised
last.
she's not done because she only does like Hallmark stuff now. And she was a child actress. She was on the original TV show Party of Five.
Oh yeah, that's right. So there's definitely a lot of possibilities. I gotta think about it.
I'm
I
trying to
might
look
pull
and
some
see.
weird stuff out of my hat. You'll see.
Mhm. And
But
she's
there's
5'2". She could be.
so
She would. She looks like she'd be a good Pasha partner.
yeah. Yeah, another person for him to get eliminated in the second week.
Well,
He
part of the
needs to
problem
step
is
it up.
no. Part of the problem is the last few partners he's been given have no personality.
Yeah.
Because Teresa felt so introverted on camera. Because clearly they all. Because here's the thing: with the exception of Carol Baskins, he and Daniela are still very close with all his partners. And
Yeah.
if you watch how Christine, what they showed of the Dancing with the Stars rehearsals and the way she talked about Pasha on Bling Empire,
Yeah.
it was very different than than she was shown on Dancing with the Stars. Like they gave her like she had no personality on Dancing with the Stars, but she adores Pasha. So he needs a partner with a big personality.
Yeah.
Artem needs that too. Artem needs a partner that's got a big personality.
Artem just not needs to not get the same type of partners.
Because that, well, yeah. Well, and the other problem is too, like Melora had a big personality, and they did so well. They should have made the finals, quite frankly.
Yeah. I
But
weird
that's
that.
neither here nor there. We're nothing we can do about that at this point.
Yeah.
But like Heidi doesn't have much of a
No.
personality. Her whole personality is, oh, I'm competing against my daughter.
She should have gone home last week. I'm sorry.
You're
Freaking
telling
Len.
me.
Freaking Len.
I get a feeling though it was one of those where the producers told Derek like to vote differently.
Maybe.
Oh wait, no, that's right, because it was 2-2.
Yeah, it was Carrie Ann who kept Heidi.
Yeah.
It was
Derek and Bruno gets rights.
Yeah.
Len needs to be replaced, as does Carrie Ann. Bruno,
Yeah.
quite frankly, should be replaced as well, but I like him more than the others.
Yeah, he can be spared. But yeah, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me. Oh boy, I love how we said 15 minutes ago we were going to end.
And then we
Yeah,
kept
here we
going.
are.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you so much. Bye. Bye.